Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Elah, Yah, Yod-He, Vahu-He, Elohim, Neta, Raf, Neta, God in your modern day name, Kodowish, 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 Yod-He, Vahu-He, Seba-Yod, Kodowish, 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 Elohim Sebayot. Greetings and blessings to you in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, Kodowish, 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 Adonai Sebayot. This is Neophyte DAG bringing you another message. Black Theodore, Teddy Roosevelt. You hear me right? Black Teddy Roosevelt. Black Theodore Roosevelt. And the Phoenician, Canaanite, Chaldeans, Philistines, the ungodly enemies of the children of Israel. And Jacob, yes, the ones, especially in the United States of America, shall find all of these, Teddy and his friends, Phoenicians as well as liars, children of Israel. You're getting back your truck. So no, without further delay, we jump into Job 9, verse 24. Earth, America. Earth, America. Earth, America. As called by the indigenous people. They were displaced, pushed out of the rule, and it was given to the wicked. Children of Israel, here are the wicked. All these presidents tied head deep, neck deep, foot deep, waist deep with the Phoenician Canaanites. All of them are the hands of the wicked, covering the faces. Some of them were black people, as I'm going to show you right now. But when we get to the Gentiles, 1924, leading up to now, and then they took full charge in 1954. Cause you said 70 years shall the wicked rule in their last time under the banner of the Gentile, ESAU-EDOM, Caucasian rulers in America. That's who I'm talking to. Hands of the wicked that cover the faces of all the previous judges, rulers, leaders, prophets that were black, doing all the different things. Some good, some bad, but they still got covered. Earth, America is where I'm talking about. First Maccabees 3, verse 38, as soon as the rule was given to the Gentile, the Caucasian, they went straight into your book. Change up your Bible, paint the likeness of their image, giving you who? White Jesus, not Nagasa. There is no white Jesus. There is no white Jesus, not Nagasa. Not a thing goes like that. Your book of law, going back to the people who the book rightfully belonged to. Genesis 9, verse 27. The Most High and the Lord had increased Japheth, the Caucasian, especially those in America, enlarge him over the children of Israel. And Jacob, he dwelt in your land, in your possession, with your substance in his hand, living in your tents. All of your 5 divine laws given back to him, full control by him. Lord, the Most High did it, and he made the Canaanites his instrument of giving Esau, Japheth, that power. Everything happened because of the Most High and the Lord. Don't feel Gomer, Esau the Gentile in America is ruling you because they are divinely and authoritatively given to do that. Naturally, no! Given to them by the Lord because of your disobedience. We'll get into that shortly. But Japheth, the Caucasian, enlarged in your tents. And Shem, you had to take the back seat for a while. Canaan was helping the Gentile in the last 70 years when Canaan put him in charge because the Most High and the Lord allowed it to do so. Genesis 36 verse 2, Esau is the same as Japheth, and Japheth is the same as Esau. Different name for the same character. Took his wife of the daughters of Canaan. Two different set of race. Canaan helping out? No! Canaan only helping Japheth, which is Esau, which is the Caucasian, because Canaan's job is to make sure Shem get a hard time. Shem, you're the only one who the Canaan fear. So they go above and beyond what they need to do to make sure you are constantly kept under the foot of their boots. When you lost your power and your rights with the Most High and the Lord gave you a bill of divorce and said, I divorce you for a time. That time is done. Next year, 2024, starting a few days. So, Judges 13 verse 1, in full effect on the children of Israel. The children of Israel did evil and were disobedient in the sight of the Lord. So you were delivered into the hands of who? The Philistines. 400 years, not 40 at the other zero. And you get 400. Zephaniah 2 verse 5. Woe unto all those who are giving problems in America, standing on your neck, Shem. Not Nagasa, that time soon done. The Lord is against you. Canaan, the land of the Philistines. To let you know, when you see the Philistines, he's still talking about Canaan. Nothing different about them. Called Chaldeans, and they call themselves Phoenicians as well. Fancy name giving themselves. But they are the same. I will destroy you when that 70 year is done. And guess when that 70 year is coming to an end? 2024 leading into 2025. So let's jump to Job 16 verse 11. God, the Most High, and the Lord, those Melchizedek, Jehovah, has delivered Israel and Jacob to the ungodly. Two different sets of ungodly running up and down on the planet. No! One ungodly Philistine, and he called himself Canaan, and he's giving power to who? Esau, Gentile, Gomer. Same set of characters. Two of them. Canaan, and he's leading and parading Esau, Gomer, Gentile, as the ruler over the children of Israel, and Jacob. So, those are the wicked, the hands that you are given into. Same thing told unto you in Job 9, verse 24. Hands of the wicked. So you know exactly who the wicked are, as I told you in Job 9 verse 24. Gentile and Canaanites, Gomer, Caucasians, Esau, Delilah, Ahab, Heathen. Those are the names that Gentile go under various places in the Bible. And in the modern day time, they are called themselves whites in America. So they are the servants of who? Canaanites, Chaldeans, Phoenicians, Philistines, ungodly. Those are the names as well used in your Bible to describe the second cast of characters running in the background, giving trouble, giving power to the Gentile. So, moving forward, Judges 16, verse 18 and 19, sum it up. Delilah, the other name for the Gomer Gentile, the other name for Esau, the other name for the Caucasian Gentile, written in the Bible. story of Judges. That's why here in Judges 13 verse 1 it said who you were given into the hands of? Philistines. See the correlation, my people, for 400 years. So let's go over here when it was Delilah's time, because Delilah came up later and was tempting you to tell her your secret, and you did tell the Caucasians your secret. You told her your heart, which is your thought, and she went and got tell it to who? The Philistines. They sent her to come lure you in and to make sure you fall yourself one more time. You Shemite, a.k.a. Samson, S-A-M, Shin, Aleph, Mem, S-U-N. That's what you are. Adamic seed, the black race in America. Israel, Louis, Luz, Jews, Shem, saints, elect, Sem. You gave your secrets and your thoughts to the Gentile Caucasian back into the late 1800s, leading into the 1900s. And she took your information and got deliver you to who? The Philistines. They came up and they handed the Gentile Delilah. They brought money, handed her the money, which is the feet in the economic, in their hand. What is hand? Your right hand political, the left hand social. They gave her the social, the political, and the feet, authority, and rule over you. Reading it esoterically. Judges 16, verse 19. And Delilah made you what? Sleep. Sleep is what? You're dead on her knees. Meaning she making you worship something that you shouldn't be worshiping. And she called that man in your time, Vicar of Christ, the Roman Catholic Pope. She caused that man to shave your head with white Jesus when he told you Jesus is white and all these different things Jesus has to do to come and save you. And he died for your sin. And he came this and he came that. But sorry to report to you, none of us up. That's all a bunch of lies. She caused that man to shave your connection, your locks off your head, your connection back to your father cut off with that nonsense that Delilah put you on her knee to make you sleep, and you sleep as one without understanding, as if you were dead. The man that sleepeth is the man that is dead. That is what your sleeping does. She, Delilah, began to afflict you. Last 100 years and 70 out of those 100, she stepped it up, full-fledged, full beating and strapping over your back. But that time is done. Children of Israel, your strength went from you, but it's coming back. 2024, that 70 year is done. And 2024, leading into 2025, you're getting switched back on. Children of Israel were not done as yet. Same thing told unto you in Testament of Asher 7 verse 2. Because I know you're gonna commit all kind of sin, and I'm gonna deliver you in the hands of your enemy. Hands, right hand, left hand, political, social, they get that over you, and your enemies shall control your economics as well and give it to Delilah, Esau, Caucasians in America, Esau, Goma, Gentile. That's who got your feet, your substance in America. But you were handed to your enemies. It says enemies, meaning not one. Didn't say enemy. Enemies. Goma, Esau, which are the Caucasian and the Canaanite, the ungodly, Philistine, Chaldean, Phoenicians. Children of Israel, time you know, so you can get out of that polluted state, that desolate state, when that time comes in 2024, when all that is done. So, this is the group on the right-hand side of your screen that call themselves Canaan, and they were called formerly Phoenicians, and they keep changing their name as soon as they get identified and discovered, and they changed it to Chaldean when they moved over to Scotland, the Caledonians, but it was still them, and they keep changing and changing and changing at the end of the change, because now they're at the final stretch of their rule over this planet, their rule over America, their rule over the people with lies and wickedness. So take a good look, study the Canaanite and their lineage coming all the way from 6,480 years all the way down to your time, 2024. They're down to the United States. That means they're here. Children of Israel, they're here. Canaans are what? Black. They're part of Hamite. Do you see any black people running as no heads of state in America? No. The only one that they put the last time was who? Obama. He's a Hamite. He's a Canaanite. Can't switch that one up no matter how well they try to do it. But Canaan is from Ham. They have to be dark-skinned people. But they put Delilah, Caucasian, Goma Gentile, Esau as the front man to do the dirty work. But it's being run by them all the way back up to Vicar of Christ, the Vatican, who report back up to the Canaanite Phoenicians. That's who they are. So, when you get Genesis 9 verse 27, which tells you Japheth is being served by who? Canaan. That's the chart on the right hand side. That is serving the Caucasian in America that's ruling. That's the one who gave them their temporary political power and social power and economics over you, Shem. That's why they're in your tent, running up and down, doing all kind of evil, all kind of wickedness, all kind of fornication and harlotry, running the country as if it's the whore of the entire world, planet that is. So, when I come back to you and I say Nahum 3 verse 1, woe to that bloody city set up by the Canaanite, and it's called Tyre, it's called Asher, it's called Washington D.C. that was set up to do what? Give you all kind of lies. That's why your enemies shall be found liars. All the lies are coming to you. Isaiah 19 verse 18. In those days, 2021 to 2027, especially 2024 to 2027, 5 cities shall exist in America that speak the language of Canaan. One of those cities shall be called Tyre. Is the wickedest of all the 5 cities. It is called the city of destruction. Same city told unto you in Nahum 3 verse 1, that bloody city full of lies and keep robbing the substance of the children of Israel. That's the same one. But we're moving on. Habakkuk 1 verse 6 and verse 7. Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, they are the Canaanites as well. I have raised them up to control the children of Israel. I have raised them up and delivered the children of Israel to them. Chaldean, that bitter and hasty nation, they are terrible and dreadful, and they're doing wicked things to the children of Israel. And they put the Caucasian, Goma Gentile, Esau, Edom in charge, Delilah in charge, to make sure she keep you subdued. And they have her running up and down with their war machine and their vessels and practicing the commerce of the Canaanite, which is maritime commerce. They are flying the flag and the banner of an eagle. In your time, you hear me? Of an eagle. They shall fly as an eagle. Habakkuk 1 verse 8. They shall fly as an eagle that hastes to eat up the children of Israel and Jacob. That's the eagle that's running your country at this time. Look in America and see how many symbols and emblems they have professing themselves as the eagle. Is the Bible talking about another eagle at this time? No, it is not. 2nd Ezra 11 verse 40. That wicked beast, that nation that's coming up, the 4th one, which is the last one, at this time, he shall rule over earth, which is America, with great fearfulness and wicked oppression. Another wicked running up and down in earth America. No one Canaanite combining with who? Delilah, Caucasian, Goma, Gentile, Esau in America. They dwelt upon earth, which is America, with what? Lies. That's what I'm here to tell you. That's what this series is about. 2nd Ezra 11 verse 41. Earth, which is America, has not been judged with truth. Children of Israel, I got to give you this one, and I'm not holding back on it. Lies on top of lies, on top of lies, on earth, America. That is the code name for America in your Bible. So, if you think you're not being lied to because you're so proud and you're so smart and you're so this and that, you are just mistaking yourself. Lies on top of lies, everything around you. If you look left, right, up, down, whatever direction you look, there's a lie perfectly set in place to hold you in that lie. 2nd Ezra 11 verse 42. You, Goma Gentile, being run by the Canaanite, has afflicted the meek and poor. And you have the vicar of Christ giving you day-to-day instruction on how much and what kind of wickedness you shall do next. You have loved liars. That's why I'm telling you, the wicked shall be found. Liars, your enemies shall be found. Liars, they've been telling lies, not judging with truth, and they're deceitful and wicked. That's what's going on for the children of Israel. They destroyed all those who want to bring back their fruit, their seed, their 13-in-1 regenerative seed, your fruit. They destroyed that. And anything you try to build spiritually, destroyed as well. But lies on top of lies. This group right here, whether you want to look to the left or the right of your screen, both are talking about the same cast of characters. The devil, which is sitting at the top of the Canaanite structure, that is Cain and Benelli combined, form themselves Canaan, Canaanite. One group, has John 8 verse 44, tell unto you, O Lucifer, you, O the devil, you, O Lucifer's son, Benelli, you, O Cain, that went and joined with them, you, Benelli and Cain, that formed the priest of Mahan, you guys, you are murderers from the beginning, and you live not in truth. Didn't what you tell you here? They don't judge in truth. Anything different from what I'm telling you? No, it is not. Because there is no truth in them. That group on the right-hand side lies from start to finish, from day to night. Just lies. All lies they tell. When they speak, it's a lie. Everything they speak is a lie. They don't even know. They wouldn't know by this time how to spell the word truth, because they're gonna spell it as a lie. Children of Israel, he's a liar. They're a liar. They are the father of all the lies that's been given unto you. But the Most High said, you're going to find out your enemies are liars. That means you're going to get the truth on top of the truth and only the truth, and you'll get the deeper truth, which is the law. The truth is the law, and the law is the truth. So anyone who's not practicing the laws of the Most High, the truth of the Most High, the 5 divine laws, and the fundamental law of all those 5 is to love one another, love one another, love one another, do good unto each other, Anyone not practicing that, then you know they are not in compliance with the truth, because the truth is the law. Also, it says, you shall not get no gains of your brothers and sisters. No usury. No commerce has the Canaanite been giving you, and usury, you're charging your brothers and sisters interest that is against the law of the Most High. So when you know the law and you identify who is breaking the law, those are the ones connected to this group. John 8 verse 44. Children of Israel, your cutoff time is done, children of Israel, and you're burning up, O Jacob. That is over as well. You were lamenting in Lamentation 2 verse 3, when the Lord cut you off and hung your horns over to the Philistines. And the last 70 years, he handed over to the Gentile Caucasian Esau. Children, your horn, your head connection, your willpower, and your creative power to where the crown of the children of Israel was taken, and the Lord drew back his right hand. Political power to lead and to rule and to subdue the Philistine, Canaan, Chaldeans, the ungodly, and definitely subdue the Gentile. Children, your enemy was running amok around you because your right hand is cut off and your right hand is coming back. I told unto you in Psalms 89 verse 13, Armstrong is thy right hand. Armstrong is thy mighty hand, and his right hand powerful, given back unto you. Therefore your enemy, Jacob, cannot be burnt up anymore. Everything around you on burning up. Jacob, hear me. You hear me. Lamentation 5 verse 10. Those are the people that I'm talking to today. You children of Israel, the copper skin, brown race people whose complexion was blackened because of the food they were not getting. Famine on your land because you stopped eating the right food as recommended to you by the Most High. And the Lord in Genesis 1 verse 29, trees, green one, and herbs, those are the one, and seeded fruit shall be your spiritual nourishment, your physical nourishment, and only that only he told you in Genesis 9 verse 4, eat no flesh of any kind. They put the word blood up in there to trick you up, but it's flesh. That's your covenant that was made. You shall not eat any flesh. That's why when the ungodly, the Caucasian, with the Philistine tried to force the Maccabees to eat meat, forcing the Maccabees to eat flesh, they say, we rather die than to eat those flesh and break our covenant. That is why your skin become black, because you're not eating what was recommended to you in Genesis 1 verse 29, Genesis 9 verse 4, and Leviticus told you, Leviticus 17 verse 14 tell you, if you're not eating those food, you shall be cut off. And Lamentation 5 verse 10 tell you, your skin gonna become black like the Hamites. That's why you can't tell who is who in these times, because your complexion, children of Israel and Jacob, should be brown race, copper color skin. Take a look at the copper in front of you. That's your natural skin color. Children of Israel and Jacob, not the very dark, like Benelli and Cain combination. Get rid of that famine that's on your land. Eat back the right food. Stay away from flesh. And do not drink any form of alcohol. No matter what they tell you and whatever they tell you to celebrate with it. Not no go so. Not no go so, children of Israel. Lamentation that you were doing for 330 years. And the last 70 years under the Gentile rule, your lamentation was turned up high. They went very far with making sure your crown fell even further away from your head. Children of Israel, you lost the crown back when the Shemite came over, and then the Shemite that came along with the Shemite that were indigenous to the land of America, crown fell completely from your head. Children of Israel, woe unto you. Those 70 years are done. So, time for you to celebrate and stop committing sin. Don't we have sinned? You have to make sure you, in humility, in humbleness, go before the Lord and let him know you have sinned and you're ready to get back the crown put fully on the children of Israel's head. Lamentation 5 verse 16. Done. 70 years done in 2024. So for 2025, going into 2026, crown coming back. Children of Israel, no more sinning. Done what you're doing. You know what is right. You know what is wrong, as I keep telling you. So do what is right in the sight of the Most High and in the sight of yourself. Do not do any more of those wickedness that you were doing, making yourself out of balance with the laws and the practice and the principle of the Most High. Do not commit them anymore. Do not do them anymore. And call upon the name, the true name of the Lord Toho, Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, and the Most High. Ela, Yah, Yod-Heh-Vah-Weh, Elohim. Netta, rough netta, that's who you call upon in these times, and stop breaking your holy covenant, eating all kind of bad food, bringing famine on yourself. Children of Israel, this is the group that made sure you are lamenting all the way up to 2024. We have been given into the hands of the Egyptian, that is the wicked one from the northeast. That's the wicked one congregating themselves in the northeast of America, and the Assyrians, the other wicked group, practicing all kind of wickedness in the southeast portion of America. Look on the chart on the right hand side. Canaan, right there in the middle at the top. Then you look to the left hand side of that chart. Pharaoh of Egypt, that is the northern kingdom, northeast of America. That's where he's situated right now. And the Assyrians connected with the kings of Babylon. The Assyrian, Ashur is their capital name. Ashur, as he told you, at this point in time, will not be able to save you. Ashur, done. 2024, when Ashur, aka Tyre, aka the bloody city, time is done. Babylonian time, whether he's in the southern part of America or the Egyptian Pharaoh king, whether he's in the northeast portion, both of them have been satisfied with your bread, which is your economics, your substance, given back unto them, and they gave that money to Delilah. Judges 16 verse 18 tell you who they gave your bread to. Delilah get the money, and they gave her control over your hand, your left hand, your social as a nation can gather yourself. Gone. She's having control over that, over you. And your right hand, political power, gone. Delilah, Caucasian, Eve, Esau, Gentile Gomer, make all kind of law to suppress you. bread gone. Also, your other bread is the negative energy they send upon you. They should have made sure you're getting your spiritual bread. The Lord said, I shall rain down bread upon you in your Lord's Prayer. You say, give me today my daily bread. But they made sure that bread, that spiritual nourishment, the manna, the dew, the etheric energy, the akasa should have been coming to you. But they made sure it's fully cut off. That's the bread. Those two bread that they took from you, your economics and your spiritual nourishment, to connect back to your higher self, back to the Lord told, Melchizedek, Yehovah, and back to the Most High, Elah, Yah, Yod, He, Vaveh, Elohim. Children of Israel, whose skin is black now? If you're saying, right, Israel and Jacob are Caucasian, are they over there in the Middle East? Is any of them claiming to be Israel now? Skin look dark or black in your modern day time? It's telling you our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible food we've been eating and lack of getting that proper nourishment made our skin black. There any of those folks in the Middle East over there, skin black like an oven, saying that they are Israel? You are here in America. That is you with the black skin. Let them come and disprove this verse. So, children of Israel, Lamentation 5, verse 8, was upon you with the Canaanite, giving power to your servant. Servants have ruled over you. Those two are your servants. Should be serving you. Had been serving you when you had that crown on your head. Children of Israel, Japhet, Gomer, Gentile, ESAU-EDOM, Delilah, Ahab, Caucasian, whites as they call themselves in your modern day time, in America and the rest of the world, you have ruled over them. So they are now ruling over you. And there is none but those do deliver us out of their hands. Did you hear me a while ago? He said, I shall let you serve them for a time. For a time. For a time. Nothing permanent about that, and you can take that to the bank and go cash it after 2024. Coming to DC to collect the check, to collect the reparation. As Martin Luther King had told you, coming. Now we're coming with the proper bailiff. The elect says upon him, coming with the children of Israel and Jacob to collect whatever is owed to them. When the servant shall be commanded to turn over all your substance back to you. Getting back your bread delivered right in front of your doorstep. Children of Israel, firmly decided. So, Seal Book of Mormon, chapter 4, verse 52, already warned you that these group of fallen angels, these group of liars are going out of business. So they have one grand last lie to come and tell you. So you can know, so you shall no longer be deceived by this group of people. You're getting all the prophets are coming back now to let you know these liars are running rooms at this time. And this is their grand finale of lies coming your way. Everyone coming now to operate the lie on their own. They're kicking the Gentile, the Caucasian out the building, taking over their bodies and running the lies themselves. These are the fallen watchers that are tied to the Canaanites. These are the fallen watchers tied to the Canaanites. Yes, same group of people coming at this time to come tell their grand finale lies. Fallen angels on top of fallen angels coming to the vicinity of the earth, which is a planet, and America especially, because they'll be driven out of their hiding places, and they have to come to the forefront and let you know who they are. They'll be coming with signs and wonders, but I have already told you what your signs and wonders are when I told you the revealing of the Son of Man and the sons of God. Go to that video. So these cast of characters cannot fool you, cannot lie to you anymore. They will again come among you to gradually give you all kind of enticement to re-enslave you. But you have gotten the message, and many messengers are out there, and a messenger is assigned to everyone. As soon as you need that information, a messenger come to you with it. Time for you to find your rightful messenger, and your number one messenger is King Louis. And your number one messenger is Prince Louis Jerome Armstrong. Number one messenger coming with all truth, known as the Spirit of Truth. He's the one that though gave all truth has given unto you. In Daniel 10, he shall know the truth. Only he, Michael, which is a code word for Louis, shall know the truth given back unto you. So, sons of men, you don't have to be re-enslaved again by these characters, because their lies are so open and out there right now that they are forced to do things that they wouldn't normally do and expose their lies on top of lies even greater. So this time is done. 2024 starts the crumbling of those lies, and the 70 last year given unto them to tell their lies as much as they can tell it. So Matthew 24 verse 24, the lies were so good, they were so fabulous, and they gave you all kind of signs. They even tricked the elect and the sage and the Messiah. Everyone was tricked, but the trickery done. Even the very elect were deceived by these cast of characters. The Canaanites, they were running that trick for a long time. All those lies are being run 6,480 years. So you come in right now as a rebirth or a reincarnation or an incarnation in this system, and your memory wiped out. Yes, they have the advantage because they're coming with lies that they have proved to work for 6,480 years. But time limit caught upon them, children of Israel. No more shall the very elect be deceived, be lied to. Deuteronomy 33 verse 29. Enemies of the children of Israel, starting first with the Messiah, king to be Prince Louis. No, then he passed that on to the elect sage to know no more shall they be lied to, and they will pass it on to Israel, the rest of Israel, and Jacob. No more shall you be lied upon. Your enemies shall be found liars, both of them, Gentile, Caucasian, Esau, Delilah, Ahab, whatever name that is synonymous with Caucasians in America, and the Canaanite, the whole family of them, Phoenicians, Chaldeans, Philistines, Un-godlies, all of them shall be found liars, 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 coming your way, children of Israel. So, Hosea 12 verse 7, these Canaanites came as merchants. Their balances, their commerce are lies. Whatever commerce, money system set up right now, all lies are in their hand. They have the political and the social to control it and to oppress you as much as they can. Hosea 12 verse 7, Isaiah 23 verse 8, who has taken counsel against Tyre, that crowning wicked city ruling on behalf of the British crown, whose merchants are princes, politicians, and big businessmen. They are traffickers, seller of nation, seller of people, seller of war, colonizers. That's what the American government is for the Canaanites. No matter which way they slice it. Honorable men of earth is telling you where they are. America. That's why a council a law, a commandment has been taken out against them. When their 70 years are done, they're dropping like flies, children of Israel. Isaiah 23 verse 15. Telling you straight up about the 70 years. It shall come to pass in those days, 2021 to 2027 and 2024, when the 70 years are done, Tyre shall be forgotten. Turning away, finishing up with Tyre after 70 years. Washington, D.C., that bloody city, Asher, coming to an end, 70 years. Tyre shall sing like a harlot during that 70 years. She get to rule. Harlot, prostitute for hire, country for hire, common to everyone. I have no loyalty to no one country, no one people. I am going to the highest bidder. That is a harlot, and a harlot scripturally, one who forsake the true Most High and worship who? CANAAN and fallen angels. That's the harlot being talked about. America running with Tyre. 70 years, harlotry, done. Isaiah 23, verse 17. It shall come to pass after the end of 70 years. Yes. The Lord God, Melchizedek, shall visit Tyre, not a social call, not a friendly visit, mashing up time for Tyre. Tyre going down. She has committed fornication, harlotry, all that illegal commerce, stealing land, stealing people property, selling people, selling country, all different wickedness with other kingdoms of the planet. She did that from her pulpit in where? America. Earth. That's where the harlotry was being done. Who are the people now running America? Who are the political leaders? Who are the financial leaders? Who are the banking leaders? Who are the social leaders? Who are the pharmaceutical leaders? Who are the food leaders? Who are the religious leaders? They're all Caucasian. It's not you, children of Israel. Do you see any black people of Shemite quality running up and down as part of this masquerade that's been going on for 70 years? No, you were Negro. Did not give you any chance to do any of these things once they put the Gentile in power. 1924, and then seal them up in mid-1950s, as I've been telling you. 70 years that they got under the Gentile rule to do all these wickedness, fornication, harlotry, selling nation, selling people, and most of all, suppressing and oppressing the children of Israel and Jacob. 70 years they got to do that. So, moving forward, Block 26 President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. He was a black man, yes, but he's operating under the Canaanite banner, not a Shemite. He moved away from being a Shem and moved himself comfortably slugged in under the Hamite banner. 1901 to 1909, before the second wickedest president of the United States took charge, Woodrow Wilson. So, here we talk about Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. He was born 1858, died 1819. He was born in Oyster Bay, New York, and to a Dutch, Netherlands, Holland family. In 1858, you did not recall or were taught that the Dutch coming to New Amsterdam, which is now New York in your modern day, were black. They're all black children of Israel. Nothing no go so that they're all Caucasian. None no go so. Majority and the leadership among them were black. In 1897 to 1898, he orchestrated the Spanish-American War, and he participated in the colonization of Cuba, Philippines, Guam, Puerto Rico as part of the United States Corporation, strengthening the Monroe Doctrine and Manifest Destiny that was put in place in the 1823 by President Monroe. He came and said, I'm going to take this to another level in colonizing not only the people in America, the black people here, but go and colonize them elsewhere. In the Caribbean, in Central America, in South America. He took over all their resources and put them through economic slavery. That is the Monroe Doctrine and the Manifest Destiny. I am available to the highest bidder. That's what he did. In 1903, during the Panama Revolt against Colombia, he assisted a French investor acting as a Panamanian ambassador to block Colombia from landing on Panama so America could get all the rights to the Panama Canal Zone. That's what he did. As part of the Monroe Doctrine, Manifest Destiny, I'm going to colonize areas around the Caribbean, Central America, South America for the interest of America only. Even if it detriment the people native to that land or country, it does not matter as long as America profit via commerce. That is the Hamite Canaanite policy that is promoting 100%. But we're not done as yet. During his presidency, he placed emphasis on building a bigger navy, merchant, that are the Canaanites, the Phoenicians, to protect the United States Corporation Maritime Commerce. Again, the Canaanites, they are merchant commerce. That's why it said whoredom. Whoredom is commerce. That's what he was supporting and strengthening. And those under the United States protection, under hire, if you hire the United States and you gave America a cut out of your country's resource, then you shall be protected. Hosea 12 verse 7 and Isaiah 23 verse 8 already told you that America did all these things. Now, number 5, during his presidency, his motto was, speak softly and carry a big stick. That is Monroe Doctrine, Manifest Destiny, for being the world's police for hire, harlotry. That's why when you see the word harlot, it's talking about this policy that he came and add all kind of strength to it, leading into the last 100 to 70 years of America's rule under the Canaanite and the Goma Gentile. They took it over from him, the Gentile Caucasian, and took it to another level. But it was a black man operating as a Canaanite, kick it off in full force. So, item number 6. He was a strong proponent, supporter of the white man's burden policy and philosophy. He thought that because you are a black nobility and you are rich, you are naturally, intrinsically better than the poorer people that they classified as Negroes. So it gives you every right to take what they have as yours. That's what his white man's burden was, to take care of you, because you can't take care of yourself. I'm going to take your resource and manage it for you for my best interest and give you the scraps, the what's left. That's the white man's burden that he was a strong supporter of. So that's your Theodore Roosevelt. He was Dutch. That's the piece that I want you to know. He was Dutch, a black Dutch, because again, never in our schools they tell us that the Dutch were black people. Did not learn that. Whether you go to school in America, whether you go to school in the Caribbean, whether you go to school in Europe or Africa or Asia, never been told unto you. But yes, I'm here to tell you one of the lies that are now being exposed. The Dutch were black people. From Europe, they were there. The Dutch were black people. From Europe, they were there. First of all, if you go to the riddles of prehistoric time by James Anderson, he told you specifically the original indigenous people to Europe. The first inhabitants of Europe were the Iberian race, the black people that were in Europe before the Caucasians arrived, before the Indo-Europeans arrived. They were the children of Israel. So, when I go back to the Dutch people, ethnic group, black people group, that is native to Netherlands, they migrated worldwide. Most of them landed in the United States. They first landed in New York. Call it New Amsterdam. That was the name for New York. And they called it as well New Netherlands. That's where they came in America. So they were there. So when we look at the Roosevelt family tree, you see two types of Dutch came in as Roosevelt. One landed in Oyster Bay, one landed in Hyde Park, and the Oyster Bay, that's where Theodore Roosevelt family comes from. His cousin Franklin Delano Roosevelt, known as FDR, came from the Hyde Park branch of the Roosevelt. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor, she's the niece of Theodore Roosevelt, who married her cousin FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. They're all part of that Dutch family, keeping it within the family, as you call it. So, whatever I'm telling you about Theodore Roosevelt, just make a carbon copy of it and drop it on Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR, same thing apply. Cousin to cousin, same thing. But they were Dutch. That's who they are. The Roosevelt family from New York. They are Dutch immigrant to New Amsterdam, which is New York. That's the New York state name in that time, New Amsterdam. Amsterdam was the capital of Holland, Netherlands. So when they came over here, they say this is our new Amsterdam, our new Netherlands. That's where they landed. Family from Oyster Bay and another family from Hyde Park. That's the two family. Theodore Roosevelt, 1901 to 909, that's his presidency, and his cousin Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So as I told you, anything on complexion and characteristic of his skin color, I tell unto you, for Theodore Roosevelt, go to your copy machine, copy it and paste it right over Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Same thing for Eleanor Roosevelt as well, who was Franklin Delano Roosevelt cousin and was Theodore Roosevelt niece. Same family line of people come from Dutch, come to New Amsterdam, New York, and they are part of that wave of migrant that came. Where were these migrants coming from? Before they landed in Holland, Netherlands, Dutch as we call it. The Dutch Republic rapidly became a destination for the Huguenots. Who were the Huguenots? They are coming from Spain and Portugal, fleeing from the Roman Catholic Canaanites that were persecuting those Jews at that time. So they are Jew. Then they moved up into France and Netherlands. That's why it's it. The Dutch Republic, Netherlands, was getting a lot of the exiles from those countries. Spain, Portugal, and then France started to exile the Jews as well, and they moved to the Dutch Republic, Netherlands, and then they left from the Dutch Republic and migrated. They settled at where? New Netherlands in North America, New Amsterdam. That's where they came. And Franklin Delano, the Roosevelt family, were no different. Dutch immigrant to New Amsterdam, coming from this exile movement out of Spain, out of Portugal, out of France, out of Netherlands, to the New World, North America. That's where they came After the revocation of Edict of Nantes in France in 1685, the Dutch Republic received the largest group of Huguenot refugees. They were coming again from Spain, Portugal, fleeing from the Roman Catholic persecution of Jews. They had their thing going on where they're persecuting everybody, trying to force you to be part of the Canaanites. If you look on the chart in front of you, you see the Vatican in the middle as the anchor between the two branches of the Canaanite evildoers. The vicar of Christ, the Vatican, is what holding the whole thing together, pushing it all the way down until your time now in America. So, at one point they were squeezing those in Spain, Portugal, then they moved the squeeze to France, and then they moved it to the Dutch Republic. So all these people had to be fleeing from Europe to the New World, and they're known as Huguenots. If you go to New York City, especially up the Hudson Valley, you see a whole bunch of Huguenot towns. They're Caucasian people living there now, but they don't know the true history of Huguenots, that they were black people. But they are living that lie, and that lie is being told back to you first, then they'll get the truth of the lie later on. Those Caucasian who are pretending to be Huguenot because they don't know the history behind it. But all the Huguenots, whether in New York, whether any part of America, they were black, coming out of Dutch, Netherlands, France, Spain, Portugal, and other parts of England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, all the same. So we go to Mr. Rutledge of South Carolina by Richard Barry. Page 38 of that book. He saw a swarthy man. Swarthy man is what? Clearly a Huguenot. So if you're swarthy, and what is the meaning of swarthy? Of a dark color complexion. That is a Huguenot that is moving out of Spain, Portugal, moving to France, then moving to Netherlands, and then moving to New York, New Amsterdam, New Netherlands. Those are the people moving as Dutch children of Israel. You're getting back your information. Those Jews that came from Europe and got mixed in with the Jews that were already indigenous to America. Huguenot, clearly a black man. So, Roosevelt line of family coming over from the Dutch as Huguenots, same, they are dark-skinned people. So, don't believe? Let's go back to your New York Historical Society muster roll for New York at 1755 to 1764. Page 306 and 307 of that book. George Helbert. He's from Holland, which is Netherlands. He's a laborer. What is his complexion? Brown. You hear me, children of Israel? A black man. Clearly swarthy man. Huguenot must be that man. So, another Huguenot here. Brown skin. John Vandenberger. He's a tailor from Holland. He's what? Brown as well. Children of Israel. Anytime you see Van something, that's a Dutch name usually. And it's usually a black man. If you're in New York, Van Cortlandt Park. Black man from Holland. That's Van Cortlandt. A brown man came to New York during that wave of migration, made a name for himself. Any name, Vanderpool. Dutch, that is also originally a black man name. Any of those Dutch names? I say yes, children of Israel. If you come from New York and you drive up the I-87, what is that highway called? Van Wyck. Again, Dutch coming to New York, Van Wyck. So that name applies to all those Dutch, black Dutch, coming to New York in the early days. And you think it don't apply to the Roosevelt family? No, you are wrong. It applies just the same to the Roosevelt family. That is not their last name. Their last name, children of Israel, is Van Roosevelt. That's their last name. You hear me? Do you want to say it louder? Their last name is Van Roosevelt. That's their original last name. Van Roosevelt. Change the name to Roosevelt to hide the fact that they were Dutch Jew. The last name is Jew. Roosevelt. Jew. Dutch. Changing their name so they are considered crypto Jew, the same as the Murano Jew, the Morisco Jew in Spain and Portugal that change up their name to hide their Jew identity when they are living among the Roman Catholic. So made no difference in the new world. They decide to change their name from Van Roosevelt to Roosevelt. That's the change given unto you. But their forefather, Klaus Van Roosevelt, that came to America, and he had his son, Nicholas, who had a son named Johannes, that formed the Oyster Bay branch, and his son, Jacobus, that formed the Hyde Park branch. They are still Van Roosevelt. They are still Van Roosevelt. That's their name, changed to Roosevelt. They dropped the Van and changed up the Roosevelt to the Roosevelt, children of Israel. Same rule apply to these black Dutch Jew, changing themselves to become crypto Jew. Jew under the quiet, Jew under disguise, changing up themselves to meet the Roman Catholic popularity, belief, and popularity image. Children of Israel, you're Jew. Children of Israel. Van Roosevelt changed to Roosevelt, giving you back your information. So, also, originally a black man named Everett Johnson. Down there at the end of the page. Holland, what is Roddy? Same as round, Roddy Brown. Or Roddy Red. Same. Children of Israel. They are coming from all these European countries during that time, landing in New York, and they were black people. Children of Israel. Time for the lies to end. Getting back your record, but we're not done yet. Beethoven and his family were from Netherlands. That's why they're called Ludwig van Beethoven. You hear me? Van Beethoven. That's why I told you this man here, Van der Berre. He's Holland by name, and he's black. Same thing for the Beethoven family. Ludwig van Beethoven. That is his name. Dutch. That's his descent. Dutch, that's his homeland. Page 4 and 5 of Beethoven, a critical biography by Vincent de Hindi. Beethoven, homeland, Netherlands, that's where they came from, and they migrated to Antwerp in 1712. Page 5 of that book, his grandfather and Beethoven have the same complexion. Dark, swarthy, given unto you. Brown, ruddy, that's the complexion given back unto you. Beethoven, he was so dark, from Dutch, from Netherlands, they called him Spaniard. That's how dark he was. Children of Israel are telling you, all the foundation that you see built up in America were built up first by the original indigenous black people on the land, and then the other ones came over from Europe and took it over, and then the rule and the care of those foundations given unto the Caucasian at the end of 1924 leading into 1954. 70 years they shall have full blast, full fun to do all the things that they need to do. So, Beethoven as I knew him, not with the whitewash, as you see on the left-hand side of your screen. That's why I gave that to you, to show you Beethoven fully whitewashed. His hair white, his face white, his hair and his face have the same color, and he's too young to have that much white hair. Children of Israel are not going easy on this one. Beethoven, as I knew him, page 454 of that book. His complexion ruddy. The man is dark over here. Dark complexion. So if he's dark and he's ruddy, that means ruddy means dark, as I've been telling you. Ruddy red or ruddy gold. So if this man is dark, does that man on the left side looking for Beethoven look like Beethoven? No! That's a pale ghost white man. Nobody know who painted him or when he got painted, but Gentile, Gomer, Esau, Caucasian, and the Canaanite were busy painting up images during the last crossover of power moving from the Shemite to the Gentile Caucasian. Beethoven, a biography of a genius from the Dutch Netherlands. His description: brown, dark brown, was Beethoven, a Dutchman in Europe. So, this is what Beethoven actually looked like. If you want a picture that goes with the actual word description of Beethoven. Beethoven, dark complexion, giving him the sobriquet, the nickname, the Spaniard, clearly evident. He is dark. Children of Israel, that's a Dutchman complexion in front of you. Dark, ruddy. When you see ruddy and you come on my YouTube running off your mouth, that ruddy means Caucasian and ruddy red and he has rosacea and da. Non-nagaso. Ruddy means brown complexion, whether a light brown or a dark brown. Ruddy red for the dark brown, ruddy gold for the light brown. So, now that we cleared that up, I'm going to let you know what was going on in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, during Beethoven time, leading up to your time, when the switch was made over to wipe you out, all of the Shemite out of history as you know it. Young Archer. This is a famous painting that is now sitting up in the London, England collection of Wallace. They have these images. They're going to come out with those images. All the truth is coming out, people. And they can no longer bury these images in all kind of different exhibitions, buried underground, buried in safes and vaults, cannot work anymore. The whole thing opening up. Even the Vatican, all of his library, and all the stuff he has down there, opening up. We're kicking off that door. We're breaking down that door and grabbing back our records. Children of Israel, a young archer, oil painting, painted about 1640 by a Dutch, depicting what was going on in the Dutch Netherlands at that time, depicting a young black boy dressed with an archer, dressed as an archer. Dutch boy as an archer in Netherlands. That's the warrior during the golden period of the Dutch rule, 1639 to 1640. That's the time period. Dutch black man. Children of Israel, you're getting your record back. I'm not holding back on this one. So, hiding your collection, not Nagaso. Your collections are coming back. So, another young archer that was popular, fearless in Dutch Netherlands at that time, 1670. 30 years later, the young archers are still arching their way as valiant warriors in Netherlands. The young archer by Jan Visser. Dutch, Harlem, Amsterdam. Children of Israel, this one goes deep. I'm gonna make a right turn for a moment. Children of Israel. Young archer depicted by this painter that came from Harlem or Amsterdam. You hear me? Harlem or Amsterdam. They didn't tell you where your Harlem came from, right? Harlem or Amsterdam. Amsterdam is Netherlands. Harlem is in Netherlands. The Harlem you're living now in New York is from the old Netherlands. It's from Netherlands. That's who was in Harlem, the original people coming from Netherlands, coming from Amsterdam, in Netherlands, building their town of Harlem in Netherlands to act as the old Harlem town city that they grew up in. This Arthur and the archer that he's depicting very likely are from Harlem, Amsterdam, 1670. A black archer, one more time, telling you, all these black warriors and all the black valiant people at the golden era were black children of Israel, but we're not done as yet. I'm telling you, 1636, Harlem, that's the people that were there in Amsterdam. That's at that time. And around that time as well, Harlem in America, New York, it was organized when? 1658. Where did it come from? Where did your Harlem in your modern day time come from? Let's go back to Harlem in the Netherlands. Predecessor, it came before the Harlem in the English part of the world in New York City. Harlem is in Netherlands. It's in North Holland. It's part of Amsterdam. That's your Harlem. That's why I told you here. Harlem or Amsterdam. That's where this valiant archer picture painting originated from. Harlem in Amsterdam. And those people from Harlem in Amsterdam came to the New World and set up their new Harlem, where you're living now, where the majority of the black people in New York are living that are part of Manhattan, Harlem, Netherlands, but it was set up in the New World as well. So you are living as part of the Dutch origination, what the Dutch set up, what you, many of you, were still part of the Dutch at that time, got shoved out the way after the Gentile, the Caucasian, took over slightly after 1925, leading fully into the 1954s. That's your Harlem that you have now. Originally, a Dutch village organized in 1658, named after Harlem in the Netherlands. That's your Harlem. It's mimicking, it's copied from the old Harlem because the people came over and named their city that they used to live in. They created it in the New World. So, again, all black people. But we're not done yet. We have to go to this Dutch boy, this black Dutch boy that they claim was wearing a slave collar. You must be blind and out of your mind, children of Israel. Does that man look like he's wearing no slave collar? The man in his gold necklace. Children of Israel, you see the man stunting, you see the man flexing with his gold necklace and his gold earring and his lipstick up. Children, does that look like a slave? Does the man dress like a slave? Does the man ornament himself like a slave? None of us are. Children, that's the rubbish that they come with in these modern day time when you were fully blind and you thought they were telling you the truth. But let me re-describe this picture for you, Wikipedia, whoever put this description up there. Black boy from the 17th century, Dutch 17th century black boy with his gold choker necklace. That the man fully gold up, gold on top of gold, and his gold earrings. That's the description put back for those who are not blind and can see that this man has some nobility of himself. Children of Israel, the rubbish and the garbage, done! The rubbish and the garbage, done! Children of Israel, look at the blown up version of the picture. Tell me if that look like no slave collar and the shawl that he has covering himself look like it's fully satin and ready for a royalty and his earring. If that man is wearing a slave collar, get me 2 of them. Get me 3 of them. so I can wear them as well. The man is having his gold necklace and his gold earring and his silk garment. Children of Israel, a Dutch black man during the 1600s. That's what they look like. That's what I've been giving you. The last two are the archer, and they come from Harlem. And these are the people that were relocated to New York, New Amsterdam, New Netherlands. So firmly decided you were in the Dutch, Netherlands, Amsterdam, Holland, has the royalty and the nobles wearing up your gold and all your ornaments of richment, firmly given back unto you. Children, Black 8th President Martin Van Buren, he's Dutch as well. I gave you the name Van. Anywhere you see Van something, it is Dutch. 1837 to 1841. He came after Andrew Jackson. Van Buren, he's Dutch. He's Dutch. Martin Van Buren, Dutch. Martin Van Buren, he's a Dutch man. He became president of the United States of America. As I told you, Van, once you see Van, he's Dutch. Van Buren was born in Kinderhook, New York. They're all from New York. That's where they colonized first, where most of the residents were what? New York Dutch. From Netherlands. That's why they named the city of Harlem Harlem, after their town. Harlem in the Netherlands. He too spoke Dutch as his primary language. So children of Israel, these are all Dutch people. And what color was Van Buren? Andrew Jackson, a portrait of a president by Marquis James, page 188 of that book. Mr. Van Buren, his complexion was bright blonde. Trick you, but not trick us anymore. Can't trick us anymore. Because we're going to dig in and find the meanings of word. We're not going to let them pass and not know them. Blonde, golden, auburn, yellowish brown, auburn, reddish brown. That is brown. That's a brown complexion man. Telling you again, they're not Caucasian. These Dutch that were coming either as your president, either as occupant of Harlem, either as occupant of Oyster Bay, either as occupant of Hyde Park, black. All of them were black. All the way from the colonial era, leading all the way up to the 1950s. Nothing changed about that. Black 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. He was black. That's what he was, black. And one of his poets, his Walt Whitman, was a Dutch-American poet, was black as well. Giving you again, the Dutch that were here, running as president, or as important people, were black. Children of Israel, Walt Whitman, the man and his work by Leon Bazalgette, page 95 of that book. The poet, Walt Whitman, described himself in a Brooklyn Time magazine as his countenance was swarthy. Swarthy again, when we came across that word for the Huguenots, was what? Of a dark complexion. Clearly, a Huguenot is what Walt Whitman was. Walt, he got that swarthiness from what? The race that he's from. Walt hold his swarthiness to being from Holland. Hear me, children of Israel. These Dutch people, these Netherlands people were swarthy, dark complexion, ruddy, brown. Children of Israel, can't miss that one. And while we're on it, while we're talking about Walt was a big supporter of Abraham Lincoln, and he made every possibility to account for any time he saw Lincoln, page 197 of that book. 1861, when the new President Lincoln came to the Dutch town of New York. New York was Dutch. Whitman described Lincoln as his dark brown complexion. I saw Lincoln again in Washington, D.C., and his complexion was dark brown. Lincoln, dark brown. Walt Whitman, dark complexion, Dutch. So, again, we're turning over as much stone as we can turn over while we're at it. Black 26 President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt. Black as black can be. Black as black can be. Nothing changed about that. Or maybe I need to say it in his right last name. Theodore Van Roosevelt. That would be his proper Jewish original family surname. Roosevelt family. His forefather Klaus Martensen Van Roosevelt is the immigrant ancestor of the Roosevelt family. Giving you back some history again on the Roosevelt family that came to New Amsterdam, New York City in your present day. Their original name, Van Roosevelt. Roosevelt, clearly a Jew name. Crypto Jews. Klaus Van Rosenfeld's son, Nicholas, was the first to change the name to Roosevelt. That's the one that's on this sheet. Klaus Nicholas, that changed the name from Van Rosenfeld to Roosevelt. And he gave that name to Johannes and Jacobus to carry down to your Theodore time and your Franklin Delano time and Anna Eleanor Roosevelt time. But the original name was Van Rosenfeld. Clearly a Jew name from Dutch, giving you back that example I walk you through, that they were being persecuted all the way from Spain and Portugal, and then they went to France, and then they got evicted by the Edict of Nantes, and they had to move up to the Dutch Netherlands, and then they make their way over to the New World. These are the same Jews that disguise themselves as they move from country to country. And if the atmosphere is not friendly to the Jew, they assimilate and change their name. Same thing occurred again in the United States of America, especially when Nicholas, who first changed the name to Roosevelt because he wanted to enter politics. The Canaan will not accept. The Canaanites will not accept no Jewish name as no political leader of strength at that time, and still at the time of Theodore Roosevelt, and still at the time at Franklin Delano Roosevelt time. So, true Jewish name, Van Roosevelt, changed to Roosevelt. Just in case anyone want to know who on the family tree carried down that same name, coming from above down to below. No matter how many times you change it, you still come from the original name, Van Roosevelt, given back unto you, children of Israel. Now we get into the crux of it, because you think that they're from Dutch and they're Netherlands and they're from Amsterdam and they're from Harlem and they're not black. None of us are. Children of Israel, let's go back to the United States of America when they were telling truth at that time before the Gentile took over and start lying about the whole thing. So, immigration documents when you're coming into New York or any part of the United States, all the way up to 1924 when they changed this up. Children, Ed Veins is what color? White. That's the color, but that's not a color. That is his social status. What's his complexion? Dark. Children of Israel, where is he born? I was born in Netherlands. Black man coming from Netherlands, writing up all his immigration documents, and then after 1924, all these documents going from way back, the Gentile Caucasian destroyed them and put them in vaults and safes, so you wouldn't know that when they changed that classification, white or black, from a classification to being a skin color, you would not know. But complexion, dark, color, white, if you go to England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, all these countries, the same thing, as you can see on your screen. Immigration document showing that these complexion were dark, but the color of their social status was white. That's why I put the newspaper ad next to the immigration form for that Dutch Netherland man on the left-hand side to match him up with what he was being classified as in 1857 and before that and after that, leading up to 1924. The Gentiles started to make that switcheroo on you. A white man sold into slavery. Yes, how can a white man be sold into slavery? That sounds odd, but it wasn't odd. It was his social status was white. Complexion dark. Barnhart, the son of an early immigrant to Linden, Catchagocus County, that is upstate New York, up by Albany, from the Mohawk, where Dutch settlement, that's where he came from. Barnhart is an excellent player on the violin. He's a violinist, and he was of rather dark complexion. Hear me on that. He was rather dark. That means very dark. Dark like those. Dark like the archer that I showed you. Dark like the man in his gold choker necklace. Dark was he, his companion representing him to be a Negro. Children of Israel, put on your common sense hat today. How can you mistake a Caucasian man for a Negro if he's Caucasian 100%? Not Nagosa. These white was black people telling themselves that they're white, they're more spiritual than the Negro that they classify as black race that were indigenous to America. That's what these Dutch did. That's what the British did. That's what the Irish did. That's what the Scottish did. All of them were black, but classifying themselves as white because they're from Europe. It's a European shame versus the Americas shame. That's the conflict. White man, rather dark. He's a black man. He can pass as a Negro. Children of Israel, you're getting your information back. So, when you get to this book, Eleanor Roosevelt, her biography by Cynthia M. Harris, this is where I had talked about the white man burden. It believed that the white man, the social status, white man, that is the meaning, the original meaning, because the black people were both black. The Negro was black, and the ones coming from Europe, as Shemite, were black as well. But they created a classification to separate each other. So, let's read it in its true sense, then we move it to Esau's lie and tricky readings. Wealthy were inherently superior and the poor were inferior. That is the true meaning of white man burden, because white as a social status means that you're wealthy and those who are poor are black, and they made sure you in America, original to America, even though you were rich, they took your substance and made you poor, classified you as black. 1924 and after, when the Caucasian begin to move around from state to state, they changed the classification from black and white to mean complexion. That's why now the second part, it would say white skin. There is no white skin. If you look at any Caucasian man or woman, their skin is not white. They may paint it white, ghost white in their whitewashing, but it is not white. So, white skin and black skin, rubbish. It's social status. That's all it is. White man burden, as advocated, as supported by Teddy Roosevelt, and it's in his politics, believe in the white man's burden. U.S. policies that he imposed and implemented were based on that premise, that philosophy, and Uncle Teddy was a part of those policies. 1898, the United States had fought the Spanish-American War. That's when I told you he colonized Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, Philippines, and then he extended it to Hawaii. He did all those things under his white man's burden that he buried into the Monroe Doctrine and Manifest Destiny. But he was not Caucasian, was a black man in your modern day word to describe him. So, Roosevelt, his face was what? Ruddy. Children of Israel were off to the races now. Theodore Roosevelt, a biography by Henry F. Pringle, page 399 of that book. Roosevelt, his face was ruddy. What did we heard? What did we read about Van Beethoven from Dutch as well? Beethoven, Van Beethoven, he was ruddy as well. And he turned out to be what? Dark brown. That is the ruddy given back unto you. Two types of ruddy. Either he is ruddy red or he's ruddy yellow, aka ruddy gold. So if he's ruddy, he's not Caucasian. He's still black. Black as black can be. So these are the example of ruddy red on the top right-hand corner and ruddy yellow, ruddy gold on the lower right-hand corner. Pick one of them for Theodore Roosevelt and it's still him. Ruddy as ruddy can be, a black man. So when we move to the next book, Theodore Roosevelt, his life and work. Yes, that's him. Yes, that's him. Written and edited by Frederick Drinker and J. Henry Norbray, page 272 of that book. Roosevelt, proud of his elephant, he went over into Africa and doing all kind of hunting with the black people over there as well. His complexion extraordinarily brown. The man is brown, ruddy, extra brown. Whichever way you want to splash it and dash it. Roosevelt, that is Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, he was brown. Children of Israel, as I told you, go to your copy machine and copy this and drop it right on Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Same complexion when we get to him. Children of Israel, I got to peel away the onion of lie so your eyes don't burn you anymore with all the lies that the Gentile Caucasian have been telling with their whitewashing. But we're not done as yet. The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt by Edmund Morrison. The Rise of Truth. Page 24 of that book. Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt had description given of him as the Secretary Strauss. Observe, what did the Secretary Strauss observe? How Theodore Roosevelt, his complexion was ruddy brown. Children of Israel, nothing said, but no Caucasian, nor no pale complexion. Ruddy brown. That's what he is. He was and will ever be as a black Dutch Jew, Van der Roosevelt. That's who he was and is and will ever be, no matter how much they whitewash and change history. Always lead back to the truth, because the truth remains the same and it stays right where it is until you're ready to find it. It make itself known to you. Ruddy brown. That is Theodore Roosevelt. Done! Can't take it back, no matter how much you try to take it back. FDR, the cousin of Teddy Roosevelt, as I told you, take what I give you on Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, Theodore Van Roosevelt, and drop it back on FDR, Franklin Delano Van Roosevelt. Drop it on him just the same. Same complexion. Ruddy, brown. Nothing different. They came from the same line of family, switching into two direction, two location. Up over there in Long Island. Same. Children of Israel. Teddy Roosevelt, Oyster Bay branch, Roosevelt family, and the Franklin Delano Roosevelt, his cousin. Whitewash image. Right in front of you, that image in the center of your screen of a man fully whitewashed. Ghost white as ghost white can be. You can't even make out his neck from his shirt, his mustache from his face, and everything else whitewash in between. Does that look like a ruddy brown complexion, man? I said, does it look like a ruddy brown complexion, man? Children of Israel, these Gentiles, while you were sleeping, were busy with their paintbrush, whitewashing everything they can get their hands on. But in case we still have the unbelievers wrapping up themselves in these messages to come back and say, not Nagasa. Yes, I am the one who's going to tell you, not Nagasa with this ghost white picture. Look at his hairline. All the black seeping through, all the mismatch and splashing over in his hair. Children of Israel, all that whitewashing done. Because again, as I told you, no one is that ghost white. Teddy hairline clearly shows evidence of whitewashing. Teddy forehead, his ghost white, his ghost white. No one is white like that, children of Israel. Let's take it to his eyebrow. Where's his eyebrow? It's gone. Whitewash and whitewash out. Gone, gone, gone. If you look by the corner of his eyes, black as ever. The man black so much that you can't get the corners properly to be ghost white without covering his entire eye. Whitewash. On the left side of your screen, the streak on his face showing his true color because they did not whitewash that section under his eye. His black as black can be. On the left hand side of your screen, everything is a mess. His ears on the right hand side of your screen, gone. They whitewashed that ears out. Out of business is that ears. But it's still over there missing. Children of Israel, all these lies given unto you as true pictures of Teddy Van Roosevelt. Not Nagasa, his mustache. Fully whitewash and whitewash can be. Clear evidence of his mustache, whitewash all the way down to his neck. Look, his shirt is missing. The man has no neck and shirt. On the left hand side of your screen, neck gone. Missing. Over the other side, black as black can be. His chin and his shirt join as one. The man have a uni neck with a uni chin. All whitewashing done. Children, but the black keeps seeping through, pressing its way through, cannot be suppressed, cannot be hidden. Whitewash picture done poorly when the children of Israel were sleeping, but we're wide awake now. But we're not done as yet. Let's look at the original painting on the right-hand side of your screen. Two different things. Does the one on the left side look real when compared to the one on the right side? Showing a ruddy brown man. Colorized, given back unto you in truth, in information. So, take that one on the left. Rubbish. Whitewash as whitewash can be. No distinction of where his face is, where his facial hair is, and where his eyes are, and where his eyebrow is. All messed up. When he tried to mess with the original and lie, it catches up to you eventually. 2024, all your lies come to its end. So, right hand side, that's the original picture that was taken, and then these characters go over here and start messing with picture and whitewashing brush and making sure the paint company was in full business over those 70 years. But we're not done yet. Going back again on the left hand side of your screen, whitewash image again, but on the right hand side, that is the original image showing that the man has a dark complexion. So, children of Israel, these things done. They can't work no more. So, children, let's look at it further. Shameful whitewashing of Theodore Roosevelt images doesn't only happen in books, but it happens all over your internet, all over primary sources that they give you, unless you go and dig. So he did not escape the brush when he was young. This is his young picture. Does this little boy need to have so much white hair? Is he that old and have that much white hair? When he was what? When he was 10 years old. What child, 10 years old, have that much white hair? Face is as white as his hair, fully albino. What child? White hair, full of their head like that. Ghost white like that. Garbage images they've been giving us over the year. But we're done with accepting those children of Israel. As I told you, you take these pictures and you blow them up so you can see where the imperfection laid itself and rooted itself. So when you come, you can identify it. Let's start with the right-hand side of your screen. Where his hair is a perfect square. The man with the brush square out his hair on the children of Israel. Trust me, whoever doing this job, refund time. Send him an invoice for a full refund. On the right-hand side of your screen is hairline squared off. On the inner part to his ghost white forehead and to the outer part where his hair is. On the left-hand side was no better. His hair is cutting in and out from the ghost white, one time black part, another time full white, another time black. His eyes, they could not get the eyes. You see the square line above his eyes where they could not touch without damaging his eyes. Same thing on the right hand side where his eyes are supposed to be, and on the left hand side where his eyes are supposed to be. Squarely whitewash. Couldn't go any further into his eyes without damaging the picture, but you could not make it out when the image is very small until you blow it up. Then you see all the imperfection and the liar's hand in the cookie jar when you blow it up. So how was his ears? Look at his ears, look at his mouth. Clearly whitewashed. You see the pixelation, and the pixelation take the form of the black that was there before and the whitewashing that they put in there. So if you look at where his ears is supposed to be on the left hand side of your screen, all the way down in it is hair. Black hair should be growing into his ears. So this young man, 10 years old, have a bunch of black hair long enough to make that black impression. They rubbed out part of his ears with the whitewashing. Gone, gone, gone. And then on his lips are squared off again. They couldn't get enough to put into that white brush in his lip without covering his entire lip. So they had to do their best at that time. But now their best isn't good enough. Once you blow it up and you know what to look for. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Given back unto the children of Israel. Truth shall remain the same when the lie is busy running for cover at this time. Whitewash image again. This man is ghost white, is here, fully white. This man is in his 20s now. Teddy Van Roosevelt is in his 20s now. How come he has so much white here? The man's entire head is white. Even his mustache is white. At 20 years old, whitewash. That's the rubbish that the National Portrait Gallery, Smithsonian, having out there. Rubbish, they mix it in with the good one. So, if you don't know what you're looking for, you think the rubbish and the good one, the rubbish take precedence over it. Rubbish picture by the Smithsonian. Shame, shame, shame. You know the truth, give the people the truth, or the Most High is gonna set straight the truth with you. Presidential history blog, whitewash again. Here, fully white as his forehead and the rest of his face. Even his mustache white again. You can't get the mouth right, so they said, let's splash over the entire mouth, make his mustache white, and let his hair fully white so we can blend in his forehead much better. But it still doesn't work. No one is ghost white like that. And if you look under his neck on the right hand side and on the side part of his neck, it is still black. But they're saying it's shadow being cast. How come the shadow never cast on his chin area? That is still black as well. But those are the rubbish that they gave us when we were asleep. But the sleeping is done. Blow up that picture. Look by his eyes, fully black. They could not get the brush in there to fully whiten out his eyes. So his eye corner to the right hand side is black. His ears black as well. The ear lid at the top, they could not get it to be white. The earlobe could not get it to be fully white. Still black. And inside his ears, black as well. The creases of his ears, black as well. Children of Israel, look at the man here on top of his head. It's white some part, black some part. Maybe it was a punk style going on at Theodore Van Roosevelt time, but we did not know there was no punk rock era at that time. White on top, black on the side. None of us, lies on top of lies. His eyebrow gone, fully whitewashed out. Children, the liars, they're being exposed. Look at his neck and look at his mustache. Look at it. This man is in his 20s. There's no way his mustache should be fully white at that age. Maybe when he's older, in his 50s, when he became president, but not at this time. And his neck, fully black. If they're saying it's the shade that was being cast on that side so they couldn't get it to be as light as it should be, or the shade make it dark, how come his shirt color is not dark as well? The shirt remain white on both sides. His color is white just the same on the left side and the right side of his neck. So, same thing we would expect for his shading to be the same because there's no lighting covering that area. But his neck is still black, his ears are still black. This is a black man. Hear me, children of Israel. We already read that the man is Roddy Brown. Brown man doesn't look like any of these pictures on your screen. Young man in his 20s with all that white hair and his face as white as his hair and his mustache is even white as well. None of us. Fake. Shame, shame, shame. Especially the one on the right side, Harvard College Library. You're really storing this, Harvard? Harvard, you're really storing this as true image? And you expect schools to continue to teach our children this after the holy and spiritual period kick in? We're shutting down all those schools of lies. All of them telling lies. So they're all closing out of business as given back unto you in the sealed portion. First thing we're going to do is shut down all these schools, every single one of them, all the way from kindergarten, all the way up to PhD, shutting them all down. Harvard, you're on the list with your fake picture. Get yourself off the list and come give some truth. Harvard, this is your picture. White and black. His hair, white and black. All over the place. It's white sometime, black sometime. Again, maybe we missed that time when there's a punk rock era going on at Theodore Roosevelt time, but we missed it. His eyebrow, gone. Whitewash, fully whitewashed. And his eyelids, black as black and black and black and black can be. On both his eyes, his eyelids are black. Could not get it out at all. Children, all lies. We're tearing up their lies. Eyebrow, whitewash. Eyelid, black. Under his eyes, black. Everywhere, black. His ears, white out at the lobe. No lobe. They whitewash the lobe and make it ghost white like the rest of his face. By his nostril, black underneath it as well. Children, all black people, you cannot cover a black man, as I've been screaming for the past several years. You cannot cover a black man. The black keep coming through. His lips are still black. Bottom lip, whitewash. Top lip, black. Again, I might have missed that information about the punk rock era where you make the top of your lip black and the lower part of your lip white, but I missed it, so excuse me for complaining that the man upper lip is black and his lower lip white. Under now. Look under his neck. Look under his neck. Again, this is refund time. Sandman coming out, Sandman blowing his horn, and then asking for a refund. On the left-hand side of your screen, there's a collar. He has a collar there. Where is the collar on the right-hand side of his neck? That's why I said, maybe there was a punk rock era going on that we missed and it wasn't documented, where you wear only half of your shirt collar and the other half you cut it off. That's what it seems like. But the other half of his shirt collar, gone. If you look at where his tie is, half his tie is white, whitewashed, the other part showing the polka dot coming through. If you look at his jacket collar or his shirt, it's black at one part and then white as it goes down to the center of his chest. A lot of things going back and forth. And again, excuse me if I don't realize there was a punk rock era going on for Teddy Roosevelt at that time, but I missed it. Pay back the money that was spent to whitewash this poorly whitewashed and was not consistent with the light. Children of Israel, the real picture, his hair is fully black. His hair is black. Not these whitewash hair and whitewash face and whitewash beard that you see that Harvard College Library is giving you. Black hair, black eyebrow, and black everything, and black complexion, brown complexion. Always on the right, always I put on the right side. And on the left, I put the picture that the wicked gave you to paint a new narrative that you were Caucasian when you were ruling as a black people from Europe and black in America. So, Teddy Roosevelt, two whitewash picture. The one on the left, poorly whitewashed, poor job. And the one on the right, they get fancy and they get upgrade and they touch it up as best as they can. Smooth them out. But again, we have the verbal record to show us that the man was ruddy brown, a brown-skinned man. So a brown-skinned man doesn't look that pale and that Caucasian. That's the trick of it. So when we go back again, if you blow this picture up on the right-hand side, look by his eyes. His eyes are black. You can see that round mark. The eye to the right side of your screen, there's a round mark that shows the black that is there, that they couldn't touch without destroying his eyes and destroying his glasses that he's wearing. So they left that piece. They couldn't touch it as best as they can. But that shows you sign that there around that area is where the original complexion is. And where behind the glass, behind his glasses, on the right-hand side of your screen, that eye to the right-hand side of your screen, it is still black within there as well. They couldn't get that right without messing up the lens of his glasses. All these inaccuracies, all these lies, it cannot hold up. Here is the original picture again. That's the picture of him in his right complexion, a ruddy brown complexion. These here over there, those are the fake pictures that they whitewash and they get fancy and they upgrade their whitewasher to someone super perfect, but they're still mistake that the Most High and the Lord will let seep through. So when you have eyes to see, you shall see it. But that's the lie that's going on with the pictures. This again, whitewash on top of whitewash on top of whitewash. Children of Israel, when you're looking at pictures, look at pictures carefully. Don't just let it flash and give you that subliminal message that the picture is accurate. 100% of the pictures are inaccurate until you check them yourself to validate them. And I've been giving you as many clues as possible how you can make sure your pictures are good. First and foremost, if the picture is ghost white, it is not real. Not real at all. So, that is your first clue. This one on the left, ghost white, not real. This one on the right, ghost white, not real. People, complexion don't look like that, whether Caucasian or whether they are black. So, again, the one on the right side, whitewash, two ghost white. No one is ghost white. Anytime you see the picture ghost white, you ask yourself, why do they need to ghost white the picture if the picture is true and accurate? You have to ghost white it because it's not telling the picture and the image and the narrative you want to tell. So you shape it to tell that narrative that you want. That's where you know the lie lies within that. On the right-hand side is hair. His entire hair is white. Mustache is white. Everything is white. Too white. It is too ghost white. Moving on again. Again, I'm giving you all these pictures so you can see the consistency in the lies and you can see that all these things are right in front of you. His hair is too white. His face is too white on the right-hand side. And then another picture give you a black hair with the same white complexion, but it's not the true complexion. It's too ghost white. That's what you look for in all the pictures that are being put in front of you. And gradually, you'll paint a new narrative. Because anytime you see that the picture is ghost white, you know the story behind that individual is a lie. Moving forward, I've given you these pictures. Again, Smithsonian posting fake pictures. And then the found photography that search out these real pictures. They found it and they put it in found photograph, strong portrait of Teddy Roosevelt. That's the brown image, even though it's a black and white picture. That's the brown image, not this one on the left, where the National Portrait Gallery hired someone to turn up the exposure on the picture and make him seem like he's Caucasian and the picture look white. None of us fake as fake can be. Children, again, another fake, but it comes a little bit brownish, but they try to light it up. They try to expose the exposure on it. Smithsonian, again, putting out fake pictures and inaccurate images. These places cannot hold your record any longer. These are house of lies. Moving along. Again, Teddy Roosevelt laughing and smiling during his campaign, during driving in his car. If you look at his hand, his left hand, completely whitewashed. If you look at his right hand, it's completely black. If you look at his face, they're saying his hat is casting a shade on his face, not Nagusa. That's the whitewash portion. And they leave the top part of his face black. His ears black as well. How I know that? Because I blew up the photo. By his neck, you can clearly see the whitewash marks. The brush was there. By his lips, you can see the brush brushing his lips. It's brushing his mustache as well. His nose is brushing it. The side of his face, brushing it. His ears, they left it that same color. Black as should it be. But the rest, they try to whitewash. I'm not sure what they were trying to do here. They just did a poor, crappy job at it. But you can see clear evidence of whitewashing the brush, especially under his neck. You can see that brush line. It just didn't make a good brush line to smooth him out. Technology wasn't available at that time, so someone had to go on with a hand brush and paint it up in 1924, leading up to 1950s, when all image had to be fully whitewashed and put back in your textbook to give you lies. So, whitewash picture again. Look on the right-hand side, his ears over there is whitewashed. If you look on the left-hand side, his ears is black. Two different faces. Halfway down, one part black, one part white. If you look under his neck, smudging of the brush man. Again, these are the images that they had passing for real images while we were asleep. Eyebrow gone, fully whitewash him out. Fully whitewash out his eyebrow. If you look at his glasses on the right-hand side, that is gone. They whitewash out his lens. The top part of his lens, whitewash out, because they had to whitewash as much of his black complexion as they can. And they're trying to give a shading image, not Nagusa. The man is black. That's a true image on the left-hand side of your screen. And over to the right, that's where they try their fancy dancy with their paintbrush. But that not make it. That didn't make the cut. Children of Israel are talking to you, and I'm letting you know in your books, in your picture, and in your newspaper, just the same. Theodore Roosevelt Spokane, Washington, Monday, January 6, 1919. Colonel George Washington, whitewash picture, made a mess of his hair. Look at his hairline. Anyone hairline look like that? Patchy black and white? Not Nagusa. That doesn't make it as well. But again, all the attempts to make sure you see a Caucasian image without checking it. Whitewash, you assume clearly that's a Caucasian. But clearly, you have to check again. If you see it, that fully whitewashed looking ghost and patchy. That's not a real image. Question it right away. Children of Israel, it is known worldwide that Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Van Roosevelt, was black as well. So is Franklin Delano Van Roosevelt. He is black as well. FDR is black. Both of them were. So these are the book covers that are kept in the background, showing a darker shade. No whitewashing, no ghost white. Notice their ghost white? No. The hair color is still black or brown. No ghost white here, no ghost white face. Still the same coloring that was originally taken in. Same thing again. Hair, black or brown. Skin, complexion black. The shirt doesn't look like his face. The shirt color and the face and neck color are not the same. Clear distinction, not white and white. These are the true images given back as best as they can to you, to everyone during that time. But they know we were not big on reading books. Again, giving you that distinction of the ruddy brown complexion coming back to you in a lot of the images that is being put on book covers, being published and distributed worldwide. So the man is a ruddy brown, and the brown is not ghost white like his shirt color. That's the difference in these pictures. His hair is black or brown, not completely white. That's the difference in the book cover and the artificial, the fake ghost white picture. Again, a ruddy brown man on book covers all over the world. These books are being distributed showing a ruddy brown complexion. Images of Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, not shamefully whitewashed again. The man is ruddy brown. In case I haven't told you before, ruddy usually accompanied with a reddish color hair. Ruddy brown with a red hair. That is the ruddy description versus a brown man. So when you see ruddy, usually the hair color is also red to match the brown complexion. For example, Sinbad has that quality. The red hair. On the picture that I'm showing you now, the young lady, her hair is red as well. That goes with the ruddy red. The red hair and the red brown complexion. That's what it is. Even on the ruddy yellow, they have red hair as well. DJ Cool Red Alert. That was his image as well. Ruddy red, ruddy gold, still with the red hair. If you look on Theodore Roosevelt, he has the reddish brown color hair, making him ruddy. That's the ruddy. His complexion brown, like the suit that he's wearing. National Portrait Gallery put a real picture mixed in with many of the fake pictures. Moving forward again, University of Massachusetts put in a darker shade picture. He's not white like his shirt color. His hair isn't ghost white. His hair is not ghost white. His forehead isn't ghost white. A dark image of Teddy Roosevelt given back onto you. This again, he's making a speech. This is color. You see his complexion dark to match his blue suit that he's wearing. Dark complexion again. National Portrait Gallery give you some good stuff and they give you some bad stuff. Inconsistency to confuse you. Keep you trapped in that loop that is Caucasian, because most of the other images that you're seeing, he's ghost white, and you're not having that idea in your head that this man can ever be black. But they were black. The Roosevelt, aka the Van Roosevelt, were black. Children of Israel. Moving forward. Again, Theodore Roosevelt giving a speech. Smithsonian has his picture. They lighten up his face a little bit, but they didn't get to his hand. Look at his hand in his pocket. His hand is black, showing the true complexion of this man. So, face white, hand black. That's the difference. That's what you look for. The things that are going to throw the picture off. Inconsistency in what they're showing you. Black hand with a light face. Not Nagusa. The man is black. Just like his hand, he's telling you. Again, same thing on the right-hand side of your screen. He's giving another speech. His hand is black. Black hand. Whitish, lightish color face. They try to touch up the face, lighten it up a little bit, but they didn't get around to the hand. Children of Israel. Moving again. The speech he's giving again. Another speech on the left-hand side of your screen. Complexion black. His hands are both black. Look at the back of his hand to the right-hand side of your screen. Black hand. The man is black. Can't have a black hand like that and your face Caucasian. Not Nagasa. Children of Israel, giving you back your record, giving you back your truth as to who these people were, and you're getting it in description in books. Edith and Theodore Roosevelt, given by the Smithsonian, his hand again, black. That's how you get from his complexion that is truly the one that he is. Black hand. They didn't get to the hand. They missed that hand during the time because they know you're focusing on the face. Black hand, black face to go with it. That's the only way it can go. Again, he's smiling. A ruddy brown man matching his brown suit. That's the ruddy brown. Theodore Teddy Roosevelt, smiling and laughing, and he had his ruddy hair as well, turning a little bit grayish, but he was still a ruddy brown man. Library of Congress has this picture, and there as well, know the information I have. And this is the smiling picture in its original form on the right-hand side of your screen that was used by Teddy Roosevelt during that time. And you see, on the left side where they're whitewashing this smiling picture, same thing over here, the smiling picture, they did a little bit to touch it up, but this is a true image. On the right-hand side of your screen, a ruddy red hair with this ruddy brown complexion and this atrocity, this monstrosity on the left-hand side of the screen. Rubbish, shame, shame, shame. Whitewashers, your job has come to an end. A few more months and you're out of business. 2024. That's your time limit to continue pumping out these fake images. So again, heritage auction, a picture of Teddy Roosevelt, a black man. That's the image given back onto you that they're selling in these auctions on the side, but you don't know and you are not privy to see these auctions. Again, another auction, a black man as well, being auctioned off in his original pictures. They're not selling the fakes on the auction because the real people going to these auctions know that the real image is something else and they don't want to buy a fake and cannot get their money's worth on what they're spending for. So this is the one I want to bring to your attention. This is Booker T. Washington when he was invited to the White House to have a dinner with President Teddy Roosevelt. October 16th, 1901, Booker T. Washington visited President Roosevelt, that is Theodore Roosevelt, the first black man to dine at the White House. No, gossip. Black social status, yes, but complexion, not, because they've been dining there since 1776. When George Washington, the first official black president, was there. But do you see a difference in complexion between Booker T. Washington and Teddy Roosevelt? Do you see? I don't see it. I definitely don't see it. I blow it up some more. Don't see it. Booker T., Teddy Roosevelt have the same complexion. If you look at his hand though, look at Teddy's hand. They try to whitewash his hand. But his face complexion is dark. He's just as dark as Booker T. Washington. Same complexion. So there is no white man versus no black man. It is social status at the table. Two black men, one has a social status of white and the other have a social status of black. That's the way it was all the way up to 1924 when it changed to a complexion based on the Racial Integrity Act. In order for you to now claim the white status, you had to show that you were 100% Caucasian blood. That's how they got out the people such as Teddy and the others that came after him from classifying themselves as white without changing over their family line to be white. Again, King Theodore and the royal, a black complexion man, showing you that he's a ruddy man, not Caucasian. Again, this is the picture which shows a brown complexion man, as he is brown, colorized, given back unto you the right way. Your pictures should be given unto you in truth. These are the pictures that tell you who and what that matches the record, the written information of what his complexion is. Children of Israel. Again, they try to lighten it up on the left-hand side, but the true image is on the right-hand side to show you that these folks that are getting these pictures are trying to work magic with it to get an image which is not the truth. Children of Israel, we're not done yet. Newspaper, when Teddy Roosevelt died, showed you a black man, black image. If you look, there's clear distinction that his shirt color is white. How come his entire face isn't matching his shirt color? How comes his hair doesn't match his shirt color? Because the man is black and the newspaper did not get time to change the image to Caucasianize a black man picture. So, go to New York Times when Teddy Roosevelt died. New York Times gave you the right picture and the right complexion. But again, they didn't have enough time to scrub all the newspaper when they got to the 1950s, when they need to take off all the image off the shelf that were real. Newspaper showed at his death, he was a black man. So what happened at birth? He was still black. What happened when he was young? He was still black. What happened when he became president? He was still black. All the way up until his death. Nothing had changed. Everything remained the same on his complexion. New York Times give it to you. On the right-hand side, it's that same New York Times article in its actual paper form, still dark complexion, given back unto you, truth after truth after truth. Children of Israel, time to explore some more truth. How about the Monroe Doctrine, Manifest Destiny, of Teddy Roosevelt, and the United States Corporation? Hear me now. Eleanor Roosevelt, her biography by Cynthia Harris, page 13. We did talk about the white man's burden that Uncle Teddy had made sure he practiced and made a part of his policy. When he jumped into the Spanish-American War and he colonized Cuba, Puerto Rico, and also he did his magic over there in Guam and also in the Philippines, and they flexed a little bit more, control up Hawaii, and then they flexed and they control up the Panama Canal Zone. That is the genesis of his practicing of the Monroe Doctrine. Telling you here, Monroe Doctrine. 1823, European powers, according to President Monroe at that time, were obligated to respect the Western Hemisphere as belonging to the United States Corporation. That's the Monroe Doctrine in a nutshell. Almost 40 years after 1823, nothing was done. But in 1904, no correction. In 1898, President Roosevelt proclaimed himself the victor and the new international police in the Caribbean zone, in the South America zone, in the Central America zone. Proclaim the right of the United States to exercise an international police power over first the zone that America is in, the Western Hemisphere, and then they move that doctrine out to the rest of the world. That's in a nutshell your Monroe Doctrine. Roosevelt strengthened its meaning and justify sending United States into other countries of where? The Western Hemisphere. Part of this, Caribbean, Central America, South America. Practicing it on other people and places of indigenous black people. That's the Monroe Doctrine. Hear me again. United States foreign policy that opposes European from colonizing anywhere in the West. They're saying the West belongs to us now. Central America, South America, and the Caribbean belongs to the United States Corporation, invoked by many presidents. But the one that started it after President Monroe suggested it is Teddy Roosevelt. 1898, the Monroe Doctrine was promoted by Teddy as multilateralism. What is that? Taking many sides, as many sides as you can take without owing any allegiance to anyone. Anyone that can pay you, give the best favor, or give you their resource, that's the one you're going to defend and protect and make sure his enemies don't attack him. That's the multilateralism. Fancy word to tell you. It's a harlot. Hire police, international police for hire. Taking no sides, but taking all bribes. Non-intervention. In 1933 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who came and add on to what Teddy Roosevelt had started. But That's your Monroe Doctrine. Leave the Western Hemisphere to the United States. We are now the big boss police, walking softly but carrying big stick. That's Teddy Roosevelt adding on to the Monroe Doctrine. Then the Monroe Doctrine, used in 1823 against the indigenous people of America, the black people, whose skin became blackened from their brown complexion because of famine. Not eating the right food, so everyone come and steal your substance away from you. So, Johnson versus McIntosh in the city of Illinois, but whatever is in Illinois, you can copy and paste that on the rest of America, especially the Northeast and the Southeast, with the black people indigenous to America that varies on us all. These are the black people whose land got stolen by this case, Johnson versus McIntosh. What is it saying? The European powers that were ruling at the time, the America is assuming that power under what? The Monroe Doctrine, Western Hemisphere, of the land the Europeans owned and colonized in the Western Hemisphere belong to America now. Discovery of the original foundational titles of the land on America continent with the European nation is now being taken over by America, the United States Corporation. Hear me now, by whom conquest or settlements were made, whether or not you colonize it, it now belongs to us. Recognition of the same principle in wars and negotiation and treaties between these different European powers, adopting it, the United States. We're adopting what you have and taking what you have. Adoption of the same principle by the United States. Anything that you owned, whether on the land of America, we're gonna take it. And when we're moving up the Monroe Doctrine, anything you own in Central America, South America, and the Caribbean as another European country, we're taking that as well. Monroe Doctrine, 1823, and when was this case decided? 1823 as well. This is putting in the Monroe Doctrine in America. Exclusive rights of the British government to the lands occupied by Indian as passed to who? United States! That's it. Monroe Doctrine, I'm taking over those lands. We are not giving it back to the Indian. America, the United States Corporation, is taking it for itself. Monroe Doctrine again. Application of the principle of rights of conquest. The Indian savages, that's how they were styling the indigenous people, because now your servant, which are Shemite, but acting as Canaanite, coming up and style you as savage. And then when that power was given unto the Gentile in 1924, sealing it up in 1954, they classified you as savage as well. Indian title is subordinated to the title of the United States. Monroe Doctrine in full effect. Theodore Roosevelt, the life of him, by W.M. Draper Lewis, PhD, 216 of that book. So, Theodore Roosevelt and the Panama Canal, where he put his Monroe Doctrine, Manifest Destiny, in full swing. In his speech in 1911, he said, I was interested in the Panama Canal because I started it and I took the canal zone. In bold, strong words, when the United States and Teddy, acting as Canaanite, initiate being used as the puppet to go around and steal lands. Children of Israel, page 259 of that book. In 1898, the conclusion of the Spanish-American War, America, under the guidance of Teddy Roosevelt, found herself in a new position. New colonies brought in new responsibilities. America is a colonizing nation. You might think it's not, because they call it's a territory and we're annexing it and Same thing as colonizing, but using fancy spelled word. Children of Israel, Still on page 259, matching it with page 260. Puerto Rico was added as our territory, and we assume protectorate over Cuba. Fancy word. Colonize Cuba and Puerto Rico. The Philippines we colonized, Hawaii we colonized, and Guam we colonized, and several other small islands in the Pacific. We are next. Fancy word again. Colonize. That's what's going on, children of Israel. Monroe Doctrine in full swing by Teddy Roosevelt. In his own word, I took those land because I am now emphasizing Monroe Doctrine and manifest destiny of the United States Corporation. Children of Israel. 4 times between 1861 and the 1900, Colombian government paid the United States to land troop and protect Colombia's interests, and they give the U.S. a cut, a share, a bribe money as the harlot. Children of Israel, that's the new responsibility that came with being a colonizer and a manifest destiny. Page 221. The United States constantly interfere to protect our own interest in this country, not the people that are living their interest, our own. So they don't care. Teddy and the Canaanites did not care if they were displacing you, taking your property, taking your land, taking your substance, whether in America, whether in Central America, whether in South America, whether in Jamaica, did not care. Not part of their own interest, you're on your own. So, had it not been for the armed protection of the United States, Colombia couldn't have been controlling most of South America as it was controlling at that time. Pay for protection. International police, but you need payment from my international coverage. That's what was going on. International protection at a cost. United States of America, open for hire. That's what's going on. Children of Israel, page 225 of that book. The president ordered, this is Teddy Roosevelt, 3 ships to go block off Panama so Colombia could not invade Panama and take back the Panama Canal from the United States. So someone paid them. Mr. Bernard Varilla paid the United States. He's a French investor that had bought the rights for the Panama Canal from the Panamanian makeshift government, and he declared himself the ambassador for Panama and went to Washington, D.C., made a deal with the President Teddy and said, come use your ship to block off all the route that Colombia would have to come quell Panama rioting and insurrection. So Teddy did that, and what did he get in return? We got full power to construct the Panama Canal. That's what Mr. Bernard Varilla gave to the United States, not through Panama, because he wasn't representing the people of Panama. That's why they've been fighting with the U.S. since the 1900s to get back the Panama Canal. Got it back later on, many years later, but did not give the U.S. any power on their own. They made a side deal with Mr. Varilla, and he gave them his rights to go construct the Panama Canal. Roosevelt, United States, instigated the Panamanian Revolution, but they claim all we did was to use what? Our police power. Anyone pay me for my police power, I'm gonna block off your enemy from coming to you. As long as you're going to give me something in return, hand over all your resource, displace as many people as you want, but make sure you have my payment ready. Page 260 of that book. The United States assumed and knew what? World police power. That started from Teddy Roosevelt time. All the flexing that you see the U.S. doing now, it started with Teddy Roosevelt. Didn't start before that. He is the one that gave them that full boost of power, that shot of adrenaline to become the true police of the United States itself over the children of Israel and Jacob. And then stretch it out to Central America, South America, the Caribbean, and now the rest of the world. Asia, the Middle East, and he's trying to flex it in Europe. Mr. Roosevelt stated, power means responsibility and danger. Hear what he forgot one thing. And payment as a harlot. That's the power that was given unto them, and the responsibility that they had was to protect their own interests. That's not what the Most High law says. It says, love your brothers and your sisters. Do good unto each other. Be charitable to one another. Love and feed the poor. Don't displace them. Don't try to get any profit or any gains. None of usury against the poor. Love them. That's what the Most High law said. So whoever is not practicing that law and want bend up them face over Roosevelt said, he's talking bad about Teddy. If you know the truth, which is the law of the Most High, it shall set you free. That's the foundation I build, whoever I'm cheering or whoever I'm not cheering for. If you're practicing the law of the Most High, I am on your cheer team. Power means responsibility. No danger. There is no danger coming with power. Responsibility and love. That's what you need, not waging war. We became a great nation on danger. That's what became of the United States, a great nation of war. Children of Israel were moving forward. Page 261. In his first message to Congress, 1901, Teddy Roosevelt declared that we need to upbuild our Navy, and we must steadily build up our Navy to come do more war and present more danger to fellow man and fellow woman. But we didn't know at that time that he was breaking the laws of the Most High. So we were right next to him, cheering him on. America, yes, we need to make it a great nation. And oh, America, and oh, over this, and oh. But again, cannot deny the fact that he's breaking the laws of the Most High. Secondly, Canaanite principle in full effect. Our commerce is always to be carried on in foreign waters and in foreign country. So we must have a war machine to protect it. War, this man is building up war on top of war. So when you see America in the state it's in right now, all war, sending ships here and sending ships there and sending ships over there, and all war, and nothing about peace, love, and practicing humanity to all those who need your help, not based on gains and money and material things, but based on doing right as commanded by you, by the Lord, through Melchizedek, Jehovah, and the Most High, Ella, Yah, Yod, He, Vah, Elohim. No matter which way you slice it, Canaanites, they are the ones of commerce and always practicing war. That's why that red horse was released in America that declared war on the entire earth, which is America. So, Teddy again, practicing the red horse principle. That is what Esau took over in 1924, leading up to 1954. So he became red, full up of war. Children, conclusion. Teddy Roosevelt was black. Can't be nothing else other than black. He was Dutch, a Dutch black, a Netherlander black, a Hollander black. From Europe, he was black. Theodore Roosevelt, President Roosevelt, started the United States Corporation, colonization of Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, Philippines, Hawaii, Panama Canal. No exception to Panama as well. All that he did, 1898, all the way to 1909. President Theodore Roosevelt strengthened the Monroe Doctrine. Prove that on top of prove that, and you can see it evident now in what you're doing in your modern day time, where the United States still want to be international police when the Most High said, your power done. So anybody you're gonna challenge right now, they know your time is done. They know your power is done, and they're gonna run it on you, on your own soil. America is gearing up for an invasion in America It cannot be avoided. It's inevitable. Must happen. Firmly decided. So the policing gonna need someone to police for the police, because they are robbers coming in and gonna invade the police. So black natives in Central America, black natives in South America, black natives in the Caribbean, black natives in the Pacific, black native children of Israel in America, you're getting your land back. Trust me, Monroe Doctrine blow up when all these things coming to make sure the international police is subdued. Canaanites, Philistines, Chaldeans, Un-godlies, Phoenicians, and tying yourself up with the Gentile Gomer, giving him strength at this time, are the enemies of the children of Israel and Jacob. In America, you are found liars, and you shall be broken without hands. Without hands. The bailiffs are coming, the elect, the saints, the orphaning, coming, the 144,000, coming to make sure you are broken without hands. Children of Israel, you're getting your country back. Firmly decided, firmly decided. Obadiah 1, verse 11, verse 12. In the day you, Esau, stood on the other side, in the day that Israel and Jacob became strangers, because strangers landed on their land. Canaanites, Philistines came 400 years ago, and they brought some Gentiles with them. They were not in power at that time, but they stood and watched while you were captured by the other Shemites handling the Canaanite Philistine business from Europe. Those are the strangers that carried you away, and the foreigners that came into your land and cast lots upon your land, especially in Florida. Started with Spain first. Those were the first strangers and foreigners that came. They were black as well. That's why they say Van Beethoven is as black as what? Spaniards. The Spaniards were black. They took over Jerusalem, which is Florida. You were among them, but you were not the leading party at that time. You were a servant for the Shemite and the Canaanite at that time. Therefore, verse 12, but thou, O Esau, should not have looked on the day of your brother Jacob, when he became a stranger, because these other strangers came in and carried him away. Neither should you have rejoiced when he was taken down. You shouldn't looked on and did nothing when he was being taken down. That's all the things coming back to you now, Caucasian. Neither should you have spoken proudly that he went down at that time. Even though you were serving him, you should not have rejoiced. Hear me now, Esau. Hear me now, Gentile. Hear me now. You should not have done all these things. You were one of them. Going back to verse 11. So it's not the Caucasian doing all these things. The Caucasian was one of them who got the benefit later on, after the Canaanites with the Shemites came and subdued the indigenous people to America. Then, when the Canaanite turned their back on the Shem from Europe, they brought in the Caucasian Esau to subdue you, and made sure all the Shems combined, native to America, native to Europe, were subdued and put at the bottom of the table. So, Esau, Caucasian, you should not have looked on at that time. You should not be one of them at that time. Neither should you have been rejoicing. Neither you should be talking proudly when you saw the Shemites fell. Obadiah 1 verse 13. Neither should you have entered the gates of my people. You hear that? My people, these people that became blackened because you're giving them bad food that the Canaanite tell you to give them. You should not have entered into their gate. Land, political structure, and social structure should not have entered into that. In the day of their calamity, you should not have paired yourself up with the Canaanite, not have looked on them in their calamity time and kiss your teeth and turn your head. Should not have done that. When the Canaanites and the vicar of Christ brought your money, the substance in their hand has told unto you in Judges 16 verse 18, you should have turned down that substance, because it comes with a price that you're going to have to pay dearly for at the end. You should not have laid hands on Jacob and Israel's substance in the days of their calamity. This last 70 years that you have taken over their substance fully, coming back to bite you in the children of Israel. For your violence against Jacob, shame shall cover you. Esau, Goma, Gentile, Caucasian, white race in America now. This is for you. I'm going slow so you can understand this, that I'm not talking about another group. I'm talking about you. Your history was given poorly and incorrectly to you, but I'm straightening it out using the Bible. You were one of them. You weren't the one doing it. You weren't doing anything at all. It was just handed to you. At the end, the Canaanite and non-Shemite leading them into these last time. Only the Shemite can subdue the Canaanite. We can't take no risk having no Shemite at the leadership role when we need someone that can be serving our interest without any complaint. Chose the Gentile, Esau, Caucasian, to do that work. So, you shall be cut off when the Canaanites are getting cut off. You shall get cut off permanently when the Canaanites get cut off permanently. So know what is coming, my Gentile, so you can better prepare yourself. Jump off this bandwagon. You don't need to serve them all the way to the end, especially those at the end. And since we're talking about the end, let's go to 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, which tells you Esau is at the end of his end. End time coming for Esau, for the Esau is the end of this present world that we are in, of all the wickedness, and Jacob and Israel is the beginning of the new world. Most I made 2 worlds, this world that Esau and the Canaanites are busy destroying, and the second world for Israel and Jacob. Obadiah 1 verse 17, giving back unto you. Jacob, don't worry yourself. The brown race that is now blocking from the famine food, you are getting back your possession, all 5 of your possession, moral head connection back to your father, your feet, your economic, your substance, your social, getting back your nation, getting back your land, your political, ruling over your land and the rest of the planet. Children of Israel, your right hand coming back, and you're getting back the right food. You're going back to Genesis 1 verse 29, coupled with Genesis 9 verse 4. No meat, no flesh, no fish, no cow, no pig, no chicken, nothing as such going inside your stomach anymore. Children of Israel, as I've been telling you throughout this message, children of Israel, as I've been telling you throughout this message, Deuteronomy 33 verse 29, kicking in at your time. You art rich. You are the people of the Most High, and the Lord is going to save you. He's sending back your saviors, aka when it's time to go cash your substance, your economic wealth, they become your bailiff. Martin Luther King, Dr. King told you, you're gonna head up to DC and collect your check. You're going with your own bailiff to go collect your check, children of Israel. But your enemies shall and will and continuously be found liars. Children of Israel, I've been telling you and I've been uncovering lies along the way. Jeremiah 16 verse 19. Sure, coming to Edom, coming to Gomer, coming to the Gentile, coming to the Caucasians in earth America. Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of the judgment and the affliction of Esau, Esau, Gomer Gentile, Caucasians, especially in America, your affliction is coming to undo all that you have done with Canaanite. You hear me? Gentiles shall come to you, O my Lord, from all the ends of where? Earth, which is America. That's where they're coming from first. And shall say, surely our fathers, all our fathers from back in the 1920s got lies, and they passed down those lies to us, and we think those lies were true, but they are still lies. Deuteronomy 33:29 came and exposed all those lies. So we have inherited vanity on top of vanity from our forefathers, lies and conceited, self-praise, no worth, information. That's why now all our profit, our substance is gone. No profit in what? You had learned through lies. When those lies are uncovered and are being crumbled, those lies got to go, children of Israel. So that's when I told you, Edom is Esau, and Esau is Edom. So this Esau that we talked about here, that's his world ending. 2025, 2027, when the invasion of America is in full swing. Trust me, children of Israel. So that's why I want you to know Esau is Edom and Edom is Esau. So when you see Amos 9 verse 12, you won't be surprised. They of the children of Israel and Jacob shall possess the remnant of Edom, which is Esau. Gentile, Gomer, Gentile, Eve, Ahab, whites, Caucasian, in America, all of the heathen, you shall possess. Children of Israel, I told you back here, Jacob will possess his possession. As part of Jacob's possession are his servants. Esau, Edom, Gomer, Gentile, Caucasian, whichever name you want to add to it. Lamentation 5 verse 8, reverse. Servants have ruled over us. You are now ruling over the remnant of your servants. Children of Israel, pay heed. Caucasian in America and across the world, pay heed. No more shall the servants rule over the one wearing the crown, the rightful crown, the spiritual crown on their head. Servants are being possessed by Israel and Jacob the heathen. Saith the Lord to Melchizedek that does this, that do this. Children, Isaiah 14 verse 2, giving you back your information that your servant shall come forth. The people shall take them, and the people, that's the people coming with the World War III, Gog and Magog coming to take back Gomer, back to the northeast. He's going back there where it is always cold. They have to bring him back, because anyone that is found in a location at this time, 2024, leading into 2025, that was not given unto you, was not given unto your race of men, you got to go back. You're being evicted of the location that you occupied by force. Monroe Doctrine. Done. Children of Israel. So, Gomer in America, your brothers of the Japhet line have to come and get you and bring you back to the land of Japhet. So, Gog and Magog, Gentile in Northern Europe, the 5 islands that they got over there, and they have to come back for Gomer, which found his way in North America, and bring him back. Northeast Russia, that's where they're bringing him back to. Bring them back to their place. It is your place, their place. You're going back to your rightful place. And the house of Israel, the house of Louis, shall possess the remnant of them on that land of America. Whoever that's left, you're going to be the servant and handmaid of Jacob and Israel. I told you. Here, servants are ruled over you. have made that clear throughout the message. Now the servants are moving back into their rightful place, and the one with the crown on his head is moving back to his rightful possession and his position. So that's why I tell you here, you, the land of America, the Israelite children of Lewis, shall possess them, the remnant of Edom, the remnant of Esau, the remnant of Gomer Gentile. That is in the land of America. That is your land now, Israel. They shall take them captive. Whose captive they were? So they were capturing you, making you servant. Now you're reversing it, and you are capturing them, making them servants and handmaid, and they shall rule over the oppressor. You, Israel, shall rule over your former oppressor, who you now hold as the remnant of Edom. Given back to you, my Caucasians, in case you're wondering where you fit in all this picture. You got to be subdued and brought back to your rightful place and your rightful position. Children of Israel, it's already documented in your Bible where this thing is going when the whole thing of Esau, Gomer Gentile, and the Canaanite get shut down. Children of Israel will get back the possession that is your possession. Now we're gonna talk about your substance. Obadiah 1 verse 13 told you that Esau laid his hands on your substance during your calamity. But when Esau time is done, as he told you in 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, the substance had to come back to Jacob and Israel. Zechariah 14 verse 14, bringing back your feet to Israel and Jacob. Judah, that's Lewis, King Lewis, and his people at that time shall fight at Jerusalem in South Florida and run out all the heathen, all the Canaanite, chase them out. Told you again, they're coming to take back the remnants of Esau. First, out of Judah, which is Florida, out of Jerusalem, which is southeast portion of Florida. So, when they do that, all the wealth of the heathen shall belong to who? To Israel and Jacob. All the wealth of the heathen round about shall be gathered together. Gold, silver, all the expensive items that they had for themselves is now your great abundance possession. Jacob shall possess his possession. Israel shall possess their possession. Telling you, children of Israel, your substance going back to you. So when I tell you, Judah, your bailiff, coming with you to go up to DC and go collect the rest of your money that Dr. King had prophesied is coming back to you. You shall go to DC to cash your check. Your check coming back, cash, fully paid in gold and silver, not paper money. Children, you hear me now. Let me reverse the crown that fell off your head. Let me reverse again that crown that fell off your head. Crown going back on top of your head. Lamentation 5 verse 21. Turn us back, my Lord. Turn unto us so we can turn unto you. Renew our days of old. Bring back the old days when the crown was fully fixed on our head. Going back on King Louis' head, and King Louis gonna anoint his disciple to wear the crown along with him to rule over Israel and Jacob and the rest of the planet. That's why I tell you. Arise, O God! Take back your crown. Rule over this planet. Lamentation 2 verse 3. He has cut off the horns of Israel. It is coming back. Burn up Jacob, the burning done. Psalms 89 verse 13. Mighty is your right hand. Drawn back the right hand fully released on the children of Israel. Children, you're getting back. You're mighty. Armstrong is the right hand. Armstrong, Louis Jerome Armstrong is the right hand. Your right hand not drawn back anymore. Fully extended before your enemy. So enemy, whoever you are, as I told you, Esau, Goma Gentile, Caucasians, especially those in America, running up and down with the Canaanite, rotten, being released upon you. The crown is coming back on your head, bringing back the King, Louis Jerome Armstrong, and his elect, saints, sons of God, right hand, coming again. Zechariah 3 verse 5. And I said unto the angel up in the kingdom of heaven, give back this man his crown. Put back his crown on his head. Set a rainbow golden crown upon his head. That is the message given unto the orphans to do unto King Louis, Joshua, Israel, Michael, Messiah, David, Jesus, Son of Man. Put that crown on his head. Set that crown upon his head. Set that rainbow, spiritual, mitre, no, crown upon his head. And they clothed him in white garment, his garment of light, his overself body, his Adam KADMON body, his Zohar body, his Atma body, his Atmo body, his Christ body, put back on him with the crown upon his head. Turn back on the other children of Israel, King Louis, and get the work done. Children of Israel, crown fall off, no more. Coming back upon your head, coming back upon your head. Revelation 10 verse 1. And I saw a mighty angel, King Louis, coming down from heaven, clothed in cloud, light, the rainbow light. 7 of them coming down with him. And the rainbow was upon his head. Children of Israel, the crown put back on your Son of Man, King Louis. Head, get back his what? His rainbow. Children, you think you're not getting back the crown put back on your head? You think your crown say falling off forever? No go so. Not a thing goes like that. His face was like the sun, electron glow, golden fire burning off him, hanging several inches off his body. Children, you're getting back your crown on your head, your king getting it back first. King Louis and the sons of God getting back theirs. Pillar of fire gonna be around him when he comes back and give it back to the elect. Say, Revelation 14 verse 14. And I look, behold, my, coming down in the white cloud, upon that cloud sat your Son of Man, King Louis, having on his head his crown of gold. Children, getting back every indication that your crown has been put back on your head. Your Son of Man coming with the sickle. The sickle is what you use to harvest the righteous that is ready to be harvested. Your Son of Man coming with the rainbow golden crown upon his head. Children of Israel, so your days of old are being renewed. Your days of old are being renewed. When your Son of Man turn back on the children of Israel, the children of Israel. Keys of Enoch 3:16, 1:11, kick in, you hear me? Keys of Enoch 3:16, 1:11, kick in. Prepare yourself, my elect saints. Prepare yourself, Jacob. Prepare yourself, Israel, for the return of the brothers of light. Brothers of light, the elect, the saints, the orphanim, the 144,000 orphanim coming. They will shine. There will be no comparison of the light that is shining around them and upon them. Children of Israel, children, you're getting your crown back. Your body will be shining in the rainbow colors of light, and you in your body, children of Israel, your body of light, you will see light, many rays of light, 7 rays of light shining around you when you get switched back on with your Son of Man, King Louis. You will shine most exceedingly. You will shine immeasurable amount of light. You will shine with your Son of Man. Children, you're getting your bailiff coming back. As I told you, we're going up to DC to cash that check. Martin Luther King will not be denied his prophecy. Going up, cashing check at that time. Make sure whoever holding your substance have it ready and waiting to stamp your receipt. Say, giving back to the children of Israel and Jacob. So, this is you coming in your glorious light, along with your Son of Man coming in his glorious light, and making sure the crown is fully set back on Israel and Jacob. Children, no more lamentation for you. Your days of old renewed. Your days of old renewed. Malachi 3 verse 18. You shall return unto the Lord. You are now returning unto the Lord and can tell the difference between who is righteous and who is wicked. Your discernment is coming back because your crown and your days of old are coming back, where you can tell the difference, discern and know and understand and see the difference of the righteous versus the wicked, and between him that served the Most High and the Lord, and him that served the Canaanite and Lucifer. So, anyone on the Lucifer side and Canaanite side, when this discernment is coming back full force and put on the children of Israel, make sure your wickedness and you not serving the Lord, straighten up yourself before the bailiffs come. Children of Israel, Isaiah 10 verse 21. Jacob, you think you're stubborn and you won't change? No go so. You shall be straightened out and form yourself in compliance, in agreement, in harmony with the laws of the Most High and the universal law. So the remnant shall return, the remnant of Jacob, the ones that's left of Jacob. Say, you shall return. You shall return to the Most High and the Lord those Melchizedek, Jehovah. You shall return. Yes, you shall return. Sure as sure can be. Firmly decided. Children of Israel and Jacob, I leave you with this. Make sure you fully know that you are getting back your 5 substance of your divine law. Head, you're getting back your connection fully back, your crown back on your head, your feet, your economics, your substance, your gold, your silver, put back on your feet. You're getting that back. Your soul shall left hand. You're getting back your land. You're getting back your nation of spiritual, righteous people. Firm as firm can be. You're getting back your right hand, your arm strong. Come back, came back, is back, and bring back the right hand to the people and your connection. All of them connected to your stomach, your food that you eat, the pharmaceutical, no more. The flesh, the fish, the chicken, the hog, the this, no more. Flesh done. No more flesh. No more impure food. No more impure food going in your body. Righteous food, because you will be planting them yourself and monitoring your own food. Your 5 substance put back on you in abundance. So, until that time when it kick off in 2024 to the end of it, going into 2025, 2026, you make sure you hold fast. Hold fast. That's the instruction given unto you with the Lord. Why you need to hold fast? So no man can take your crown that is on your head. that the Lord told Melchizedek is putting back. So hold fast, pure, proper food according to Genesis 1 verse 29. Green herbs, seeded fruits, and all the trees that you can eat, that are nourishing, that shall be your meat. No flesh at all going in your mouth or in your body to poison and blacken your skin. None of that. Alcohol, get it out of your system. Get it out of the things that you drink. None of that. Sex, rub it out. You have enough time to have sex in the new world that is coming. Rub out Satan, Lucifer, Canaanite, sexual appetite that was given unto you. Transmute. Change all your thoughts. Renew all your thoughts. Suppress all the evil thoughts. All the wickedness coming to you has given unto you in the book of Romans. You have to renew your thoughts. And in 2nd Ezra, it tells you you have to control, subdue, have some control, take charge of your thoughts and your mind so things cannot come through that is wicked, that you don't want to occur. You control your thoughts. You are transmuting negative energy, negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Hold fast until I come. So no man shall take your crown. Children of Israel and Jacob. That's what I leave you with. Children of Israel and Jacob. That's what I leave you with. Stand strong, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Jacob. Stand strong, O children of Judah. Stand strong, O children of Ephraim. Stand strong, my Levite. Stand strong, Gentile, Caucasian, Goma. Stand strong. Move yourself back in harmony, all of you, with the laws of the Most High. Return unto the Lord in the name of the Most High. Ela, Yah, Yod, Elohim, Neta, Raf, Neta. God in your modern day name. Kodowish. Yod, Vahuhe, Sebayot. Kodowish. Elohim, Sebayot. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord, for bringing the ending of the beginning, for showing us that we shall return to our days of old, bringing back the crown on Israel's head, bringing back Jacob to his 5 possessions, giving him back his 5 divine laws so that he can be the people that they need to be. And we shall hold fast until you come. Children of Israel, stand strong in the name of the Lord forever and ever. We are grateful, my Lord. Kodowish. Adonai Sepayot. Thank you, my Lord. You are our refuge and our strength. Thank you forever and forever and forever.